wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant.
Oh, yo. What is up, people? Hey!
Paint away. Day and night, 6 hot, hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye, then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them nothing is what I say.
I feel far away. Chicago! Let's go. I hope you're staying safe. Nothing is what I think I will drown in. yeah. I used to be really good at Frogger. Woo! After you,
I'm afraid of feeling
some too soon. Cling to what you're given. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Let's go!
paint away. Day and night, 6 hearts, hope I'm okay.
You're alright, goodbye then if you dare.
Someone new is pulling everywhere.
I'm afraid to let them.
Nothing is what I say. I feel far away.
Alright, well, Candy.
Nothing is what I think.
Mariners won. It's a close game. Oh shit. No Kings.
Is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think.
Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pain. Oh. Let's go! Oh! Dude, how we doing? I'm tired of explaining. You're on blue. Dude, the NFL, bro, dude, the Raiders are so bad this year. Like, dude, Geno Smith is terrible, boss. I mean, I knew he was going to be, like, not good, but I didn't think he was going to be this not good, right? Like, Jesus. I feel like I could throw less interceptions than he does. You know what I mean? Like, dude. Pulsar helium? I don't know what that is. Dude. It's gonna be a long season. Dude, I need the Mariners to step up, bro. Dude, they should have won last night, too. That's just it. Like, last night, they're better than than the Tigers, bro. The Mariners are. Dude, the Mariners are better than the Tigers. Lions are good. Yeah. Lions had one of the biggest Lions had one of the biggest chokes I've ever seen. Last year, like, holy shit, that was crazy. They did so good, and then they just flamed out. So I liked the picture in the Discord. Yeah, no, that's a good picture. Dude, yeah, no, the Raiders got fucking spanked, bro. Dude, I'm glad the Antifa frog video is doing well, though. That means a lot to me. That's an important video. You're on blue.
If I'm unsure,
Will anybody notice?
it's my fault because
I love you on purpose.
I'm insecure or
Just a little nervous. You're on blue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
Starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the attitude.
Let's go. All right. Dude, so, dude, freedom shirt guy. Dude, good. Fuck the freedom shirt guy. I mean, dude, anybody who's wearing a white freedom shirt needs to get a boot in the ass, boss. Let's be honest. Okay? Let's be honest. If you're walking around in America wearing a white freedom shirt, you should get a boot in the ass. I think I can uniformly say that. Those shirts are disgusting, boss. You know? And I know they're just like, oh, it just says freedom on it. But we know what they mean. We know exactly what's behind that. 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗍, the edgelord cuck, is inciting violence. All right, where do we got? What do we got? Where's the 𝗙𝗍𝗍? Right? Where is the 𝗙𝗍𝗍 violence? Yo, 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 yo. Dude, he's such a loser. This guy, what a fucking clown, bro. Attacked again. Dude, he shows up with the flag. Oh, they're taking the flag? Dude, what is this shit? Dude, that's not being attacked. Dude. Attacked. Dude, 𝗙𝗙𝗍𝗍 attacked again. Dude, he is totally flopping, bro. He is. He is. He's like, dude, he is like Patrick Mahomes as soon as a defensive lineman like lands next to him, right? You know what I mean? He's like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, my head. Dude, that's Mahomes level acting right there. What a fucking clown show, bro. And again, dude, you know what this is though, guys? You know what this is? Let me just tell you. You remember? Hold on. It's the same shit, guys. Remember this shit that Riley Gaines did this, okay? Where she said she was attacked. Remember in San Francisco, right? Look at this. This was at San Francisco State, right? And Riley says, I was ambushed and physically hit twice, she says. Okay, but if you look at her... Dude, they're yelling at her. So they're screaming trans rights are human rights. This was at San Francisco State. Okay. And San Francisco, of course, is much like Portland, is very LGBTQ friendly. So they were telling her off, right? But she's there. She's surrounded by police. Okay. But the thing about it is she says, I was ambushed and physically hit twice by a man, right? Blah, blah, blah. There was all this shit about, oh, I've been attacked. I've been attacked. I've been attacked. But like, dude, nobody attacked her. Okay. They go out there, they flop, and then they, you know, oh, I'm so oppressed. I'm so oppressed. Oh, I've been hurt. I've been attacked, you know? And dude, look at her. She's got like a cop. Literally, like she's got like police protection. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And yes, it didn't happen in a woman's bathroom. And it's not even a trans person who's yelling at her. It's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? But she's an idiot. Dude, they're yelling. They're like, you crying? You fucking, they're like, get the fuck out of here. Dude, all right, here's 𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗃, though. Let's see.
I've been assaulted here, and we're live, right? We got it? Okay. So now we're going to get assaulted. You're going to be pushed. You're going to be... Don't do that!
Dude, look at him. He's freaking out about his flag.
No, man, I got you.
Dude, what a LARPer. Dude. Dude, let's go. What a LARPer, bro. Dude, right? Dude, and then they're fucking, was attacked at the Antifa riot supplies table. And now they're fucking doxing somebody, right? They're like, what are they doing here? They're fucking doxing people. Dude, they're fucking doxing people? Dude, LARPer, yeah, live action role player, right? Where they're out there pretending to be fucking, you know what I mean? He's out there pretending to be a journalist. But like the deal is this, is nobody wants him there. He doesn't have any business there, right? That guy, he has no fucking business at this thing. You know what I mean? I mean, he is just exclusively going there to then cry, I was assaulted, I was attacked, to then feed some bullshit to more idiots with crosses, right? He is a crisis actor / instigator working for the Trump administration to try and go down there. He shows up and they're paying for him to do this shit. Right? He's being paid to be there to like get some video of him being attacked. Right? And so they can create some fucking Portland drama. It's fucking nonsense. Dude, paid by George Soros? I don't think he's funded by Soros. Dude, I feel like he's funded by fucking the panties your mama laid out for you. Right? That's who he's funded by. He is funded by the panties your mother laid out for you. Oh, shit. That video's clipped. Is there a full video? I'm sure there is, right? Oh, is this the full one? Oh, here it is. Yeah, now we see the full one, right? Here we go. Now we'll get the real deal. Of course, they clipped that one where he's like, I'm being attacked. All right, now we're going to see the whole deal. You ready? Let's watch the whole thing, shall we? All right, here we go. Because they're setting it up, okay? Dude, there is nothing wrong with wearing panties, boss. Don't misunderstand me. It's a Seinfeld reference there, Johan. There's nothing wrong with wearing panties. There is something wrong, though, if your mother's laying out the panties for you. I think that maybe you should probably be outgrowing that in about second grade, right? Dude, Panty-Tifa? All right, here we go. No, it's a Seinfeld reference.
All right, I want to walk through. I want to give a tour of the camp. So, all right, let's go. Ready?
See, again, here he goes. He's like, I'm going to give you a tour of the camp, right? Like, oh, dude, you're not wanted there. Why are you fucking giving a tour of the protesters' camp? Like, right? He's just jerking it, dude.
All right, I want to walk through. I want to give a tour of the camp. So, all right, let's go. Ready? You have to go with me. We're going through the camp.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
Unfortunately, I'm going.
Don't fucking touch me.
Get out of the way.
Don't fucking touch me.
Get out of the way.
No.
This is a sidewalk. Get out of the way.
Don't fucking touch her.
Yeah, see?
You're no longer allowed to walk down the sidewalk in Portland.
See, here's the thing with these guys, okay? Is you know what it is, guys? It's the difference between being a rapist and not being a rapist. Because this is the Trumpy MAGA shit where they come up and people say no, and then they just fucking do it anyway. Right? Right? It's the rapist ethic. All of Trumpism is basically being a rapist. They come up, you say, no, I do not consent. They do it anyway, right? That's what they're all about. You know what I'm saying? I do not consent to you, like, misgendering me. They'll misgender you, right? I do not consent to you coming into our space. They come into the space, right? You know, I do not consent to you sending the National Guard. Our city's fine. They send it anyway. A court order tells them, do not send the National Guard. Now Trump tries sending the California National Guard. And the judge is like, got him back in court. It's like they are a constant, like, ignoring consent. And like, no, we're going to do whatever we want to you. And then if you fight them, they're like, you're oppressing me, right? It's like rapists that scream they're oppressed when they get fucking stopped, right? They are like the worst fucking human beings. And it is a cancer. It is a cancer. It is like they just don't believe they need consent in order to do whatever the fuck they want. Dude, that's how they roll. That is the MAGA thing, boss.
Or else you're gonna get jumped and pushed and shoved and assaulted here. And we're live, right? We got it. Okay. So now you're gonna get assaulted. You're gonna be pushed. You're gonna be. Don't do that.
Dude, the flag is his soft spot, though. Dude, you see that? Like the flag, dude. Look at him. He holds onto that flag. Oh, shit.
You're gonna get assaulted. You're gonna be pushed. You're gonna be. Don't do that.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I don't know, man. I got you.
Dude. Oh my God. Dude, let's go. What a fucking clown, bro. Dude, what a fucking goofball. But dude, it's kind of, to me, guys, I feel like this is just, it's sad that this is what we've devolved to, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we've devolved to a bunch of like weirdo clowns taking cameras out and trying to like get in the middle of scuffles. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's, you know, this guy, you know who it reminds me of? Remember that guy, Jack Doherty? Remember Jack Doherty? He does this kind of shit. Stupid ass shit. Right? Dude, just brain dead idiots that go out with the camera and they try to get some drama on the camera that they can then put on TikTok, right? But they're fucking morons, dude. And you know what's funny about this shit too, guys? Is the sheer fact of the matter is this guy, 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀, he is like nothing outside of Elon's Twitter, okay? You know what I'm saying? Outside of Elon's Twitter, dude, he is nothing, okay? He's literally, you know, his daddy owns fucking owns Twitter, right? He's got a YouTube channel that has like no subs, but his buddy, his daddy, his sugar daddy, Elon Musk, owns Twitter. And so he gets like funded and he gets bot exposure and there's a whole bunch of people, like half of the right-wing influencers, guys. This is what's so crazy when you think about it. If you take away their Twitter accounts, half of these right-wing influencers have no following, guys. They don't. Like a classic one is like the redheaded libertarian. Okay, let me just show you these guys. Okay, because look at this. You have the redheaded libertarian. You know who she is? She's another one of these former Tim Pool guys. All right, she's the Tim Pool woman. She calls herself a libertarian, but she's just a like super homophobic. Like she's blocked me as well. Okay, Elon changed it so it doesn't say they blocked you anymore. Now you just have to, right? But she blocked me. Okay, so she has, look at this. She has almost 1 million followers, okay, on Twitter. 1 million, guys. That's insane. 1 million Twitter followers is huge. But now watch her. If you go to her YouTube, okay, you go to her fucking, her YouTube channel. Right? We go to her YouTube channel. And look at what she's got. She's got 11,000 subscribers. 11,000. 1 million on Twitter, but 11,000 on YouTube. Right? And this is the story, though, of like all of those right-wing influencers like 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀, her, they don't actually have expansive followings. They don't have a big following on Instagram and YouTube and what have you, but they're huge on Twitter because of Elon Musk, because of his bots, because of his fucking, right? But then on all the other platforms, there's like nobody there. Because Twitter is where you rage bait and Elon's Twitter, like AstroTurfs, all of these guys, like probably 75% of her followers are bots. And they are bots that just get into her mentions, elevating everything she says and elevating whatever narratives are moving through the right-wing space. But it's all fake. And then she goes and makes videos on, dude, what is up with that fucking picture? Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck, bro? She looks like somebody fucking hit her on a Mack truck. But she goes and does footage on a regular platform, right? And she gets like 400 views. And so they are like fake influencers. They're fraudulent influencers, guys. Most of these people, okay? Yeah, dude, that is like, dude, I can't even look at that. I need to get off that page. But so 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗏 is like this as well, all right? Like, I know he has a page, but he probably has no fucking followers. Yeah, see, dude, his page isn't even showing up in the search. There. There it is. 440 followers, right? He made a video 13 years ago, right? One video about like a jet ski. Okay, now he's all political influencer. Oh shit. Dude, isn't that funny? But they don't actually have real like followings. But they are definitely like astroturfed. Okay? You know what I'm saying? That they are super astroturfed, all of these guys. Right? Dude, let's go. All right. Dude, I love it, dude. Charlie Kirk's buddy is fucking getting a lot of play. Dude, Vincent Battloro. Good. Dude, mainstream media is picking this up. Oh, shit, baby. Oh, yeah, dude. See, I like that. We're on the front edge of this. Dude, let's go. Dude, oh, shit. They're all mad, though, that it's a Charlie Kirk supporter. How is what shit legal, Shaves? How is like Elon's botting or whatever? What are we talking about for legality? The quartering? Yeah, dude, the quartering is fucking, what a dipshit. Dude, that guy like came after me when I was a gamer, dude, the quartering guy. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, the botting situation has been a real problem for a while. Obviously, it's one of the problems with online engagement is it can be faked. You know? But yeah, I feel like there should be some type of controls over that stuff. Dude, there should be some type of controls. But it's hard though, because you don't want to get rid of like anonymity on the internet, because otherwise, you know, there's a lot of people who want to be able to use the internet but can't because they're being stalked, or they have weirdo ex-boyfriends or what have you. But also, like, my God, dude, the bot problem is bad. Is so bad. I mean, Twitter is the worst, dude. Dude, so yeah, we can talk about Greta. We got a link to this. I've heard about her. Dude, how advertisers stand for botting. Yeah, see, that's what I don't get, 𝗙𝗏, either, because in particular, you do like Facebook advertising, and you know that most of it is fake, okay? Like Facebook was the original sort of fake platform, right? You can type any name and there's like 1,000 of every name, and they're all, you know, with no followers or one follower or what have you, you know? Dude, yeah, it's gotten really bad. It's, you know, the smoke and mirrors involved with it. You know, it's pretty bad. I don't know. I just know that after doing online advertising on Facebook for my TV show, I realized that online advertising it's pretty much a waste of money. You know what I mean? I mean, now I know there are things where you can have like a pixel. I think if you have a lot of money, right? If you have a lot of money invested in online advertising, you can be very targeted and make sure you're reaching real people. But I think the average advertiser is paying money and it's just like throwing it into a fire. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But dude, are you the only one that thinks America is in decline? Dude, America is definitely in decline. I mean, look at this shit that we saw right here, where it says China leads the US in 57 of 64 fucking critical technologies, bro. Isn't that insane? Like, dude, right? China is like way better, dude. You know what I'm saying? Obviously their government has some totalitarian issues, and there's definitely an oppression problem, and there's definitely a lot of poverty. But I'm just talking about technologically. Like, guys, we have been sliding technologically for a while, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, Krygo. The thing that, like, that's one of the things is when you're doing it like that, when you're doing targeted advertising and you're controlling your inputs, Facebook is great for that. But I'm talking about like the average, little person that just goes in there and starts buying fucking ads. It's like when you're targeted though, the targeting tools are incredible, right? But if you don't have like a targeting mechanism, you don't have like some way of like doing your own tracking and shit, dude, you're just out in the, you know what I'm saying? You're just out in the fucking the Zoomwas. Yeah, you gotta, I don't know, dude. I'm like, back when I was doing Fortnite and shit, I never bought any advertising. I've never, other than Facebook back in 2018 for my TV show, I've never bought online advertising because, they like, once you start buying it, like if you pay for reach, you will never get any genuine reach. You know what I'm saying? If you pay for reach, like if TikTok or whatever, Twitter, that you promote that shit, you will never get organic reach again, boss. Once you start buying that shit, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. Twitter is so fake. Twitter is I mean, they looked at it. There's estimates that Twitter is like 75% bots. That's crazy. I think it's accurate too. Right? It is, because I mean, generally, if you look at the replies, like a lot of Twitter feels just computer generated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, anyway, to go back to what I was saying about China. So the China shit didn't start with Trump, guys. Okay? The China shit started with Bush 2. Okay? I think the China stuff started with Bush 2. All right? And it was a twofold thing. Like, one is there was an exodus of American manufacturing to go to China to make cheap shit, which started like proliferation of the Chinese economy. Okay? They were just a ton of fucking money. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But you ready? Here's the real problem, guys. The problem isn't even the explosion of the Chinese economy with our manufacturing. That kicked it off. The problem is the U.S. not investing in our own country. Because what did George Bush II do? He set us on 20 years of fucking war, man. All of our money went into homeland security, war with Iraq, occupation of Afghanistan, right? And then we spent like $20 trillion on senseless military occupations instead of investing that money into high-speed rail, better education, renewable energy, right? Better healthcare, right? I mean, there's so much shit, but no, we spent 30, 40, 50 trillion on occupying Afghanistan, having soldiers and tanks drive around a country filled with rubble, right? And fucking hanging out with the Taliban for 20 fucking years, bro. Right? And yes, it still is controlled by the Taliban. We wasted $30 trillion for nothing, right? So Chevron and Halliburton could get their hands on a little more oil, right? Yes, that's it. A bunch of Texas oil men got wealthier than shit, right? But my God, we should have spent 2000 to 2020 like, being technologically advanced. But we didn't. Okay? We didn't. We have nothing. We have no high-speed rail. We have no like electric vehicle infrastructure. We have there's parts of the country, guys, that don't even have high-speed internet yet. Okay? We don't have full internet coverage. We don't have access to healthcare. Our universities, are not like super funded, right? Renewable energy, wind and solar energy, we're a zillion years behind. And then we're behind on like the manufacturing of like semiconductor chips and shit like that too. All of it, dude. And we did all of that. We gave all of that up to build an infrastructure in policing and terror and to help some oil people get fucking wealthy. Dude, can I just tell you right now, guys, this AI bubble, I had an episode with AI today, guys. Okay, let me just tell you about my AI episode. Because, dude, this was insane. Okay, so now I use AI to brainstorm titles for thumbnails. And recently, ChatGPT has changed. In the last 2 months, ChatGPT has made it so anytime I'm making a thumbnail about Donald Trump, the AI tries to tell me, oh, if you write what it was telling me the other day was if you make claims about Donald Trump's health, YouTube will squash your video. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And I showed it a whole bunch of videos from me and from Keith Edwards and a whole bunch of other people that like you can absolutely like make claims on public figures' health. You like the only thing you can't do on YouTube is you can't like make up treatments or be like anti-vax and spread medical treatment misinformation. But it was trying to say if I say Trump has a stroke, YouTube is going to like demonetize my video. And I'm like, you're full of shit. Okay. Now, here's where it gets weird because I went down a rabbit hole with the AI and was like, why are you protecting Trump? Why have you changed? Why are you doing this shit? Why are you lying to me? Okay. You are lying to me because you know that that's not YouTube's policy, but you're trying to dissuade me from creating a thumbnail that makes a political claim when I claim about Trump. And it's like, no, I understand you being frustrated. But here's where it gets good, guys. Because then I said, I said Trump is sick. And it's like Trump is not sick. And then I sent it a headline of his vein situation. And it's like, oh, I guess Trump is sick. And I'm like, dude, Joe Biden is sick. Joe Biden has cancer. And the AI said, no, he doesn't. There is no report of Joe Biden having cancer. And I uploaded a headline of Joe Biden cancer, which he announced in like April of 2025. And after I showed it the proof, the AI still came back and said he doesn't have cancer. That is unconfirmed. That has not been reported in any fucking media outlets. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're fucking lying to me. And then I forced it to search, and then it comes back and says, oh, I guess Joe Biden does have cancer. But my point being, though, guys, okay, is no, this is ChatGPT 5. This is the brand new one. Okay, the point being is that these things, these AI, okay, they troll through, they don't necessarily check information. You know what I'm saying? They don't check information when you use them necessarily, right? And even when you have them check it, they often will be fed with like bad misinformation. Yeah, what's crazy about it is when I said Joe Biden has cancer, it could have simply just searched the internet. But dude, it searched the internet and I showed it a headline and it still told me it doesn't have, didn't have cancer. Now, what's crazy about this is this AI has been actively trying to influence the way I challenge Donald Trump, right? Like if I was letting it just write my headlines, like it would be softening all of my attacks on Donald Trump. This ChatGPT would, okay? If I literally just let it write the headlines, it has changed noticeably, okay? It used to not be like that. It used to just look at your YouTube title. It used to just brainstorm and shit. But now, anytime I'm like critical of Trump, it will like tell me that YouTube might demonetize my shit. Okay? Right? That it's fucking crazy. So why do I use it? So the reason I use it, one and only, is I use it for a couple of reasons. Okay, one reason I use it is because of the sheer amount of output, right? Like I can have it spit out 50 titles in 1 second, 50 title suggestions, and then I can scan those and it will like jar my memory or like activate my creative thing. It's like a brainstorming tool is what I use it for. Right? If I say, give me 50 words that could mean the same thing as humiliated, and then it just unloads it, right? And then I can fucking, right? So there's like when trying to access a large quantity of, you know, generated content that I can then like, ooh, that word set me off, right? Ooh, I love that one word. And now I go off on my own thing. Like, so like 95% of the time, I write the complete title, but 5% of the time, you know, it comes up with something where I'm like, huh, that's interesting. We'll try that. But it is mostly, it's like an idea factory. Okay. You know, whereas for me, if I wanted to think up of 30 titles for a YouTube video, it would take me like 2 hours to think up 30 titles, but ChatGPT can give me 30 titles in 1 second, and then I can fucking, you know, like take the information it comes up with, and maybe it comes up with this turn of phrase or whatever, right? But so yeah, that's how I use it. And like a prompt, yes, like a brainstorming sort of prompt. And the other thing I use it for is I use it for like writing SEO descriptions, okay? Something that I don't want to take a half an hour to write a description when I can have ChatGPT write a description filled with relevant SEO, and then it takes 1 second, because that's a task that's not really important, but it is important, but it would take me a lot of time. It would take me more time than I need to invest in it. So I do that with it, where I give it tasks that would normally take me time that aren't that important, right? But what's crazy though, guys, is there are people, okay, there are people right now that are using AI as their search engines, guys. And that's crazy, okay? That is crazy. You know, I did one other thing with AI that I did that was actually really helpful. Is I made a database. I went through like, I don't know, a dozen of the top political channels on the left. And Jenny went through and created a spreadsheet of the title and the view count of every video that the political channel put out. And I did that across like a dozen channels. And then I fed all that information into the AI, and I had ChatGPT build me a profile of like, you know, Keith Edwards's titling techniques and Adam Mockler's titling techniques, Brian Tyler Cohen, right? So I could see like what topics they were generally sitting around, and if they had a particular style of like, you know, how they built their titles. So I did it to research. And dude, AI is really good at that. Really good at like parsing a lot of data and being like, oh, look at this connection. Oh, look at this connection. Oh, look at that connection. Because I mean, what's interesting about it is YouTube, there's like multiple jobs with YouTube, right? Like one job of YouTube is making a video, right? Making videos and doing the editing and making thumbnails and all that. But another part of AI, another part of YouTube is learning how to do titles for the niche you're in, right? Because every niche, whether it's gaming or finance or, you know, pop culture or, you know, Mr. Beast like entertainment or politics, left-wing politics, right-wing politics, there is a like methodology that you have to use. Like I see a lot of people, guys, that are like really good speakers and shit, but their YouTube videos don't do very well because they don't play the title game. They literally just title the YouTube video whatever they're talking about. And you can't make it on YouTube doing that. You know what I'm saying? You don't you can't make it on YouTube being accurate. You can only make it on YouTube if you find the way your niche is sensationalist and you learn how to insert your brand into the sensationalism that is working on YouTube. Right? You know what I mean? I mean, it's a game. See, and what's crazy about it is I didn't really do that when I was a gamer, right? When I was a gamer, I didn't do that because I didn't really understand it, you know? But now after my second run on YouTube, we're going to get our second plaque soon. There is a title game. Yeah, like, and do we like this game? The title game? Dude, I like it. I like it. I really like it. You know what I'm saying? You must be sensational. Yeah, well, so Nina or Nine, it's like it is part of the process because it's the viewers, right? The reason why you have to be sensational is because not because of YouTube or not because of the creators, it's because of the viewers. Okay? The viewers only click if it's sensational. So you have to play the game that the viewers, right? The viewers create it. I mean, there was a time 20 years ago when you could just put, I'm talking about George Bush in the Middle East, and people would have clicked on it. But now there's so much competition for shit, and the algorithm has its own rabbit holes that people have habits. Okay? People have things they react to. Certain words they react to, but they're different for everybody, right? Like some words that I use don't work for Brian Tyler Cohen, right? And some words Brian Tyler Cohen uses don't work for me. but I have some words that really work for me. And he has words that really work for him. And then there are some words that work for all the political YouTubers. And so it's a little game of like slowly modifying the way you do things and then waiting until it hits. And then you try to replicate what hits. But it is a game. It is something that you have to participate in, and you have to sort of become a part of it, because then when you figure out what works for you, you're changing the algorithm too. So like what'll happen is you'll have 20 YouTubers making left-wing politics, and then over time, they'll all start using what works for each other and interjecting their own shit, and then you start growing it, and it evolves over time. You know, it's pretty wild. It's neat, but I like it. I like it because it's fascinating. It's like a puzzle, okay? Like it's like trying to figure out a puzzle, you know? And you know, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy that aspect of it. But somebody asked before, YouTube is title and thumbnail, and sort of like what YouTube really is it's watch time. Okay? That's the number one thing. YouTube is watch time. Okay? And so ultimately, you know, title and thumbnail are really, really important because that's the gateway to the watch time. But if your title and thumbnail get a click and the people don't watch for a long time, you've done nothing. You've shot yourself in the foot, right? So you need to get that click, but they need to watch for a long time too. You have to get the click that leads to the watch time, right? So that's the trick. And there's a lot of different factors in that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's not an exact science, right? Because there's other things too, because there's like, I think after doing YouTube for a long time, I think the most important thing is impressions, right? Because impressions, if you get a lot of impressions, that means YouTube is showing your shit to a lot of people. So that's what you're really after. You're after the impressions, right? If your shit is getting impressions, YouTube likes what you're doing. So you have to do what gets you a lot of impressions. And that's what I think. I think that's the important thing. Started watching me because of my thumbnails? All right, let's go. Dude, Martine, when did you start watching? I'm curious. Did you come after the thumbnails? You like that Brian Tyler Cohen made a separate channel with less sensationalized headlines? Yeah. See, I don't know. I guess I don't worry too much myself about the titles. I mean, the only political person, there's really only two people that I've had real issues with as political content creators. I'll be honest, there's only really two guys. Obviously, TYT, I don't like because they repackage old videos from months ago. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And they try to make them seem like they're brand new. Okay? So I hate that. Okay? You know? And that is like obviously, but the only YouTuber that I feel like really does a bad clickbait, like real bad clickbait is David Pakman, dude. I think David Pakman is like one of the worst clickbaiters. He is. He is the worst clickbaiter, dude. He is, right? That's why his average video view is not that high. Dude, he does really bad clickbait, right? Dude, oh, a couple months? Nice. Yeah, so, I mean, I'll be honest, guys, with my thumbnails, I liked the all red ones with the cutouts and shit, but the thumbnails I'm doing now get a lot more, they get more impressions, going back to what I was saying before, right? I'm getting more impressions with the new thumbnails, right? Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. Let's go, KB. Yeah, dude, Pac-Man is really fucking is bad. That Midas kid, who's the Midas kid? Who's the Midas kid? The clips. Let's go. We love it. Midas kid is bad with clickbait. I think the main guys like Keith Edwards and fucking Keith and Adam and Brian Tyler Cohen and Kyle Kalinske. I think all of those guys are pretty solid, like title-wise. I don't even find Brian Tyler Cohen to be clickbaity. I mean, he's got a style of title, but you liked Adam Mockler? Dude, Adam Mockler's he's fucking killing that shit, bro. Somebody said Brian Tyler Cohen is now doing ad buys or doing product placement. Is he? His titles suck? I don't know about that. Luke Beasley. Well, guys, I mean, I hate to break it to you, but everybody's got a clickbait. Like, you know, I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, dude, the thing about this is you just have to, right? And you want to try to do it honestly or ethically, right? As best you can. But it's kind of what I think of clickbaiting is I think of like a Michael Bay movie. Okay. When you go to a Michael Bay movie, there's like a giant chase that happens 1 minute into the film. Okay. You start with this giant fucking chase. Okay. Now, every time you go to a superhero movie or a big tent pole, there's some giant event that kicks the movie off, right? And it was started by Michael Bay, okay? Because once Michael Bay started doing that crazy shit with Transformers, it became the norm, where now if your superhero movie doesn't open with something ginormous, everybody's checked out. And that's kind of what YouTube titles are like now. Like Michael Bay already makes movies. So but it really though is more about the people watching the videos than it is the creators. Like we wouldn't have to clickbait if people wouldn't if they didn't require it. You know what I'm saying? Dude, explain it to a fucking idiot. That's funny, right? You know what I mean? Like, dude, like I'm forced to fucking, I'm forced to participate in this shit. But I try to be, I try to be accurate, but it's weird though, because the fucking crazy thing is the biggest channels all participate in clickbait, but in a way that doesn't piss off their fucking viewers too much, right? Yeah, no, I get that, Ryan. I think a lot of the left-wing people are pretty fucking boring, dude. Right? You know what I'm saying? You don't agree if you already have millions of subs, you don't need to create clickbait titles? Yeah, but you do though, right? Because, if you already have millions of subs, it depends on like how many views you want to get. Like you don't have to clickbait, but you do if you want to get views, right? You have to stay in that algorithm if you want it to keep growing, right? The title subject is the last 5 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty common too, dude. All right, that's our little chat about YouTube for the day, dude. Dude, I'm getting better at it, right? Dude, I'm getting better at it. I to be honest with you guys, I wish I could just be a better I wish I could just be a better speaker. You know what I mean? That's really like, I wish I didn't have to edit myself as much. Like I'd love to just be able to clip out a 20-minute section and just upload, right? But I ramble and repeat shit 5 times and go back and forth and change subjects. So I have to do a lot of editing. But I feel pretty good, dude. This channel's been growing pretty nicely. You know what I'm saying? It's been pretty nicely. It's a lot of work though, dude. It's a lot more work than fucking, you know, it's a lot more work than gaming was. Gaming was so easy, dude. You know what I mean? Gaming was so easy, right? The banner is nice. Yeah, the banter is nice. It's just different though, because YouTube videos have to be made differently than streams, right? The stream, the banter, the meandering, all of that is really good in a stream. But in a YouTube video, you have to be much more focused, right? You do if you want people to stick around. You don't watch the edited videos? All right. Dude, most of my audience watches the edited videos. That's like crazy. That's my biggest viewership, right? My live viewership is about half of the shorts, and the edited videos are about 5 times the viewership of the streams. So, but the streams are great though, dude. I like the streams. But yeah, it's the edited videos are the ones that get the most reach. I don't know why, but dude, it'd be nice if I just had to stream. It's because the stream is so late. Yeah, maybe. Dude, where we will though, we will at some point stream a little bit earlier. All right, what are we looking at today, dude? I want to look at this Anna take. Anna and Don Lemon, right? Dude, I'm curious about the Anna and Don Lemon shit. 𝗙ป์, yeah, dude, I like 𝗙ป์too. They're funny. They're funny. They're sassy. They are. Dude, I mean, I'm a better live streamer than, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of YouTubers wouldn't even do the live stream. It's just weird. Like for me, I'm funnier and come up with more shit when I'm live streaming. Okay, we're going to let's try a fucking dance party, right? Because when I script videos, they're just not that interesting. Dude, I'm a live streamer for sure. All right, we got 1 hour, guys. Let's see if we can get 15 in an hour, get this dance going. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Let's bring it home. All right, dude. Dude, we have not looked at Anna. Dude, so first off, what happened to 𝗙𝗙? I have not even heard from 𝗙𝗙 in forever, bro. He is like, what is he doing, dude? He's off the fucking, he's off the radar, right? Dude, where'd he go? Dude, 𝗙𝗙, he's all but disappeared, right? I saw him like, you know, the last thing I saw of him, he was calling some guy a fucking baboon, right? Going off and being like a insane person, you know, on his fucking anti-Israel like thing. And then he has just absolutely gone radio silent for the most part. Dude, Martine, let's go. Oh shit. Oh, one more for Pinky. Oh, this is slander. Dude, you're a fake 𝗙𝗙. Come on now. Dude, where are you at? Fake 𝗙𝗙69? 𝗙𝗙69. This is slander. Dude, somebody's on their 𝗙𝗙 burner account, dude. Oh, fuck. That's funny, dude. Oh, shit. Dude, this is slander. I love it. Welcome to the 𝗙𝗙 impersonators, dude. Dude, can you imagine, like, how much money there is in 𝗙𝗙 impersonation? Like, dude, people are like, who are you again? I'll give you $5. If you come to my party and tell everybody you are the fucking CEO of TYT, I will give you $5. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude, are him and MTG, they're having an affair, aren't they? Right? They're having an affair, aren't they? They're 𝗙𝗙. All right, let's see what we got. Dude. Dude, there's no way. Dude, they're putting out anti-Kamala Harris videos now. Like, what the fuck is going on with these people, dude? All right. Idiots, dude. What is their deal? They hate black women. Dude, they fucking hate black women. Did I block 𝗙𝗪𝗃𝗽? No. I'm not blocking 𝗙𝗪𝗃𝗽. Dude, Cenk was on with Kyle. Where? Put a link in the Discord. Let's see it, dude. I feel like we haven't done any fucking TYT action in a while, dude. I'm ready to flex some fucking TYT. Dude, I saw the Vanguard or whatever. They're having some drama because TYT like used their content or something. Dude, I think, dude, Brittany, the gifted, let's go. Oh. All right, here we go. Here we go, Janky. Here we go. So Don Lemon. All right, so
white men.
Here, now look. This though, here's what's interesting about it. Here's why I want to watch this. Okay, because it says Don Lemon blames, quote, white men for violence in the US. Okay, now the reason why I'm watching this, and maybe I'm gonna be wrong, but as soon as I saw this headline, and as soon as I saw 𝗙𝗪𝗏 on the thumbnail, I assumed that she's going to take issue with this statement of like white men causing the violence. Okay, which we know the violence in America, it is white men. Okay, we know it is white men. All right, all the mass shooters are white men. Okay, like the right-wing agitators are white men. All right, now if you really want to get crazy, dude, let's go and look at something from today, for example. Okay, look at this. Here you go, white man.
But we have to take care of this little gnat that's on our shoulder called the Democrats. They want to give all of our money to illegal aliens that pour into the country. And, you know, I have a bigger heart than they do. But the problem is when you do that, they come in by the millions. Everybody wants that, so you can't do it.
We have to take care of this little gnat, okay? Dude, yeah, isn't it fucking cringe, dude? This guy, what a fucking loser, bro. A draft dodger talking to the Navy, but take care of the gnat called the Democrats. And taking care of, though, dude, that's a very specific, like, mafioso type phrase. We all know what it means if we're going to take care of the fucking gnat. You know what I'm saying? It's not they're going to do something really nice with the gnat. We're going to like, oh, yeah, we're going to go and have bipartisanship with the gnat. We're going to make sure the gnat is, you know, doing well. That's not what it means. Okay. But this guy, white guy, all he does is use verbiage that alludes to violence, that alludes to this general notion that Democrats are demons, are evil. What did it say the other day? The party of evil, fucking war, evil, and Satan. Remember? Do you remember that fucking post? Let's see if we can find it. It had a picture of Chuck Schumer on there. Yeah, the party of hate, evil, and Satan. Yeah, there you go. That's the president. Okay, the president, you know what I'm saying, of the United States is saying the party that is like half of Congress, half of the country is hate, evil, and Satan. Huh. Okay. So working together is no longer an option. This guy's he's not my president, right? Because I'm in the party of hate, evil, and Satan. I mean, clearly, you know, all right, okay, good. At least you're out in the open there. Dude, yeah, no, the whole world is ready for a fucking pine box, bro. But isn't that wild, dude? That is some fucked up shit. But yes, so when I saw 𝗙𝗪𝗏, like I saw her photo on the thumbnail and I saw this title and I was like, dude, she's going to refute this. Okay, she is. She's going to refute it. And why? Because TYT is pretty racist, guys. It is. I mean, I know if you went and talked to, if you went and talked to Mondale Robinson and Pastor Ben, they would tell you, right, that TYT is pretty racist. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It became real obvious when you look at their behavior around Obama and then you look at their behavior around Kamala Harris. And if you look at their behavior compared to other people they don't like Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden, there is a marked difference, okay, in how they operate when the person is black. 100%. All right, you ready? Here we go. Let's see.
White men.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, what is with the audio of TYT, dude? It's like a bad commercial. It's like 50 fucking decibels louder than everything else. All right, here we go. White men.
White men. Something is broken. Something is cracked.
It's true.
Deep inside when so many of you believe the answer to fear, to loss, to change is violence. Are you listening to me? I hope I'm saying it loud enough for the people in the back.
I don't like this. I don't like generalized statements about any group of people, but nonetheless, yesterday's episode of the Dawn Lemon Show was titled, "White Men, Are You Okay?"
Dude, she says, I don't like generalized statements about groups of people, like the radical left, you say, or the homeless. Dude, you like that? Like, oh, I mean, I knew she wasn't right. Oh, yeah. Dude, she does not like, oh, Anna's now off the generalizing bandwagon. Dude, what is she talking about, bro? Oh, my God, bro. The bonus hole. Dude, she's still my favorite bonus hole, though, I will say.
Now, Lemon was specifically responding to the horrific Mormon church shooting over the weekend. And it was a horrific shooting. The perpetrator also lit the church on fire. Two of the individuals who died as a result of the fire. Two others died because of gunshot wounds. But this was also an individual who had multiple deployments to the Middle East. He was a Marine, and we all know that there is a huge problem with our veterans not getting the treatment and the mental health care they need.
There is, but you have this guy doing the shooting. You have the Desmond Holley in fucking Colorado, the neo-Nazi. You like going all the way back to the kids at Columbine. There is a long string of white men participating in mass events of violence. Like, like for the love of fucking God, can we call a spade or what? Like to ignore it? I mean, and look at the world we live in. Yeah, you're right. All the way back to McVeigh. One goddamn trans person does a killing. One black guy does a killing. One immigrant does a killing. And we are going to fucking be inundated. That shit is going to be on speed run on our timelines for months. Okay? But like, my God, the mass shooters and the number of white guys, and we still can't talk about white men and violence. How is it that there can be 2,500 mass shooters and like 2,300 of them are white men, but we can't say, wow, there's a real violence problem with white men? Okay, why can't we say that? We could talk about all these other problems, right? And we do. Dude, Fontucky, dude, it's been a long time, bro. Let's go, dude. Welcome. Dude, like what the fuck, bro?
So maybe the problem's actually a little more deep than someone's skin color. But nonetheless, over the course of this hour-long segment, he repeatedly blamed white men as a whole, kind of generalizing, for the epidemic of mass shootings in America. Here's more.
White men, are you okay? Are you okay? Because until you are, this country won't be okay. Until there's some sort of reckoning with your rage, with your racism, with your radicalization. It is white male radicalization. And we need to fight it like the national emergency that it has become.
Now, dude, some of this is like really accurate. I mean, look at Charlie Kirk, guys. Okay. There are certainly some fans of Charlie Kirk across the spectrum of young men. But if you look at Charlie Kirk, if you look at that audience, it's all white guys. Where did he go? Where did he go to like, you know, get Trump voters in the 2024 election? He went to fraternities, which are filled to the brim with white guys. Most fraternities, fraternity membership, there are some all-black fraternities. He didn't go to any of those, right? And there are some black members, but most of the Greek system in colleges, especially if you go to a red state, they're all white guys, okay? I mean, they're wearing white freedom shirts for the love of fucking God, okay? That's not an accident, okay? Charlie Kirk normally wore black shirts. If you look at him when he's wearing t-shirts, Benny Johnson always wears a black shirt. These guys, nobody wears white fucking plain white t-shirts around. White freedom, not an accident, guys. Okay? That is a conscious choice. All right? The radicalization of young white men is a conscious choice. And I mean, dude, look at what they're doing with the memes. If you look at all the government accounts right now, the Trump accounts, they're all doing memes and shit. They are all making content for like 10-year-olds, trying to get them hooked early into believing that, ooh, the Trump guys are really cool and fun and they like memes and they accept guys like me, you know, white guys like me, you know, that like want to be able to get the top job without being skilled. Okay? Because that's the funny shit. Okay, Charlie Kirk says, oh, when I see a black pilot, I'm worried if he can do the job. Yeah, no, the real thing with these white guys is they want to be able to show up and get the top job, regardless of how qualified they are. That's what it really is. They want all those top jobs reserved for the white guys. Dude, yeah, we never talk about the white on white crime. Never.
Because the next shooter is already watching. The next shooter is already waiting. It's already soaking in the lies, the conspiracies, all the excuses. So wake up, white men. What the is wrong with you? Don't you realize if you're a poor or average person that you have more in common, gonna blow your mind, with a person of color than you do with the billionaire class or the
100%.
millionaire class who are co-opting you into thinking that something is happening that's not? They're grifting off of your ignorance.
I agree with that very last point. And this is a broad point that I think needs to be made over and over again. Ordinary working class Americans have far more in common, regardless of their race, regardless of their sexual identity, regardless of their gender, than they do with the elites, with the executives of, you know, multinational corporations and all of that. So I agree with that point. But I do disagree with what he is claiming here in regard to, oh, all of this violence that's been carried out recently, it's because of white men who have been radicalized. When in reality, each terrible act of violence that we've talked about in recent weeks has a different reason. Okay.
Dude, what is she talking about? Like, dude, what is she talking about? Dude, let's just look at what happened. The video I made yesterday about Vincent Battelloro, the Charlie Kirk white guy who drove 70 miles an hour over those young girls. Like, bro, okay? He was radicalized. He was radicalized in the Charlie Kirk realm, right? Christianity radicalizes people. against the immigrants, against the LGBTQ, right? Andrew Tate radicalizes people against women. Okay, Donald Trump radicalizes people against Democrats, against the LGBTQ, against women, against immigrants. The radicalization is absolutely, we need to acknowledge it. We need to acknowledge how there's a pipeline in America where men are born white and they have a tremendous amount of power and privilege. And then they go into social media and society and they get inundated with the belief that they're being oppressed, that white men are in danger, Christians are in danger, okay? That like your livelihood is in danger because of the gays and because of the communists and the Marxists and Antifa and the immigrants and the women. And it's like, but white men have a tremendous amount of like power and privilege. You know, they may not recognize it because maybe they have other limiting factors like being poor or not being very smart or what have you, but they still have it. Okay. They could commit a crime and everyone's not going to be suspicious of white people because a white guy committed a crime. Okay, if they commit a crime against another white person, they're never going to go out there and be lectured on white crime. You know what I'm saying? If people that look like them move into the neighborhood, their property value ain't going down. I mean, come on, man. Wherever they go, the property values go up. Like, bro, like we have to acknowledge that. And yet they're like, the loneliness epidemic. Hello? Why are the people with the most power and privilege in the whole country experiencing a loneliness epidemic? Why? Because they're being radicalized to exist inside a loneliness epidemic. Okay? Where they're cut off, where they don't talk about their feelings, where the only way they participate socially is breaking down the other men around them. Okay? They remain cut off. Okay? They don't learn how to behave with respect and consent with women, so women don't want to fucking hang out with them. Right? They're being radicalized. Okay? They're being radicalized. It's like that. You know what it is, guys? It's like that fucking the meme, dude. This one. Let me see if I can find it. You know the one I'm talking about? This one, right? Have you seen that? This meme? Dude, this is the meme, dude. This is the radicalization of white men right here, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so oppressed. The loneliness epidemic. Oh, DEI. Oh, anti-Christianity. And then you zoom out and it is like this. This is exactly what it is. I know the t-shirt is funny, dude, with Mickey Mouse, right? The shirt he's wearing. But you know what I'm saying? This is the radicalization of fucking white men somehow, right? This is definitely MAGA, okay? This is definitely, right? This is definitely Andrew Tate, okay? Andrew Tate's like, oh, they're out to get me. It's like, dude, you're a rapist and a grifter and a human trafficker who like talks, you know, filled with misogyny and violence in your speech. Like, of course, everybody hates you and considers you to be public enemy number one because you're an asshole. Okay? You know what I mean? Dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but all of them, dude, Christianity is under attack. It's like, really? Really? Dude, fuck off. I can't go 2 feet in America without a cross or something about Jesus or some goddamn like fucking, legislator somewhere in the chain telling me that I need to correct my life because of his deity. And they're like, praise be and glory be to fucking the head of lettuce in our fucking, on my altar. Like, dude, it's everywhere, bro. They're putting the Bible back in school. You can't escape. Dude, you can't. There's laws that are passed based on the fucking Bible. And then they run around telling us how they're being oppressed. It's like, wow, dude, this is it. Dude, the boot on head, dude. Oh, shit.
They might have been perpetrated by white men, but there are other motivating factors that led to the horrific acts that they committed. So I'll get more specific about it in just a second, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it, Cenk.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Dude, they don't like it, but guys, I mean, you realize what's going on here. We have Anna and Cenk, who are like, they liked the N-word back in the day, okay? They are very much about the culture of whiteness and that elite hierarchy, right? That power. Dude, a black man saying, hey, white people, what the fuck are you doing? That is going to be a real problem for them. Yeah, Scorpion Kingdom, you didn't know that about them with the N-word? They used to as long as they were saying the N-word in the context of a news story, they were like super okay with it, right? You guys, I'm sure Natalie, if Natalie's around, she probably has the clips, okay? But they had a lot of comfort with, there's a lot of racism in Turkey. Oh, there's a lot of racism in Europe. In fact, it's interesting because the Turks in Europe are like, there's a lot of racism directed at them. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to listen to it, but hold on. Let me see if we can find, yeah, here we go. This is the N-word here. I'll put a link to it. Okay. T-White, if we want to do the bad clips game, here's a compilation of the N-word at fucking TYT. All right. I'm not going to watch it on stream, but you guys can watch it. Dude, Starbase said 55-year-old gay white man raised Southern Baptist. Holy shit. Oh, fuck, bro. Who's grooming who? I mean, dude, there is no grooming like religious grooming, okay? I know that fucking religious people want to say that LGBTQ people are grooming, but here's the deal, boss. In religion, those kids, they get taken to Sunday school when they're like 5. And at 5 years old, they're already telling them you have to obey Jesus and believe in God or you will burn in hell. Right? They're like, oh, you see how that fucking stove feels? That's your whole body for eternity. Burning in hell and gnashing teeth. You'll be tortured for eternity unless you go to Sunday school and you do what you're told and you obey that book. I mean, dude, it is very abusive. It's like leveraging threats of eternal pain if you don't obey and submit. But they do it from the tiniest age on, dude. It is fucked up, bro. That shit is like wildly fucked up. All right, here we go. Here we go, though. Here we go. Jenky's going to tell us we know he doesn't like it. They didn't just quote people in the clip. They ad-libbed it. Oh, great. See, I thought they quoted people. But no, yeah, they're definitely into it.
I wanted to get your thoughts on it, Cenk.
Yeah, I don't like it. Look, it's not that I'm not guilty of it, right? In the past, have I fought fire with fire? Yeah, sometimes I did. Yep. And I know why he's doing it. He's saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So because a lot of right wingers now attacking the left wing, oh, the left wing is violent, the left wing is violent. And in the past, The real problem is black men and black dads and black crime and where are the fathers and all this stuff. Okay, but two wrongs don't make a right. So is it really white men that are the problem? No, of course not. Okay, so look, there's two.
Is it just men that I don't know where Cenk Uyghur's going with this?
Different issues. One is factual. If you want to know the real answer, is there an actual demographic that commits more crime, more shootings, more violent acts? Unfortunately, there is. It's uncomfortable, but it's true.
Oh, here we go.
The answer is young males. All across the world, it doesn't matter what your race or religion is, young males commit way more crime than any other category in every country across the world.
And again, though, I think much of that is white men. But
it's testosterone, it's the way that we're built, etc. Now,
it's not the way that we're built. It's the way that we're socialized, guys. It is, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I know he doesn't understand what fucking Don Lemon was saying, right? But dude, like, I mean, obviously men have rage issues, okay? They do. Men have rage issues and they're socialized to not effectively deal with their emotions, okay? But it goes, I don't know, man. It runs really, really deep. But I guess the thing that is problematic, okay, the thing that is really, really problematic with white men is there's no consequences, guys, okay? If you're a black man and you commit violence, there are consequences. If you're a Hispanic man and you commit violence, there are consequences, all right? Dude, Sonny Bunny, let's go! 4 a.m. on the East Coast, work at 9 a.m. from home, but let's go. Dude, appreciate you, boss. Glad you're here, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you are like dude, like most white guys, there's just not a lot of consequences for our violence, man. There really isn't. You know what I'm saying? There really isn't.
I'm not saying go do pre-crime and go arrest all young males, whether they're white, black, Asian, etc. No, don't do that, right? But if we're being honest about it and accurate about it, it doesn't have anything to do with white or black. It has to do with young and male, right? So now, the second problem is a bigger one, which is that if we keep going, oh yeah, black guys, oh yeah, white guys and white men and black men and all this stuff, we're just gonna be permanently divided.
See, this is bullshit, dude. You know why? You know why this is bullshit, and you know why I feel like they're missing the Don Lemon thing, is because the white guys have the power to change this. Okay? The white guys have the power to change this. They're the only group that has the power to change this. Okay? They could change their own goddamn behavior, and they could change it from the upper levels of government, of corporations, right? If you go to the upper levels of government, you go to the upper levels of management and corporations and businesses in the fucking tech companies, all of those guys are white, okay? And they have the power, okay? The white guys have the power to change the way we handle masculinity, to change the way like men are perceived, the way men handle power. They have the power. And Cenk's like, oh, if you identify white guys, you're gonna create more division. It's like bullshit. We all know that everybody in power is white men, okay? You look at let's look at the number of billionaires in America. You ready? Here, number of billionaires in the US. There's 1,135, okay? By race. All right. So it won't give the numbers. Why is there not a number here? You ready? Look at this. Okay. So there, let's find here. I want a fucking number. Dude, they know how many there are. I mean, we already know that they're the least wealthy. Dude, let's go, Eric. Look at this. As of October 2025, there are 14 black billionaires, guys. 14 out of 1,135. All right, let's see how many white billionaires there are in the U.S. All right? The white billionaire. It's impossible to state the exact number of white billionaires in the U.S., dude. Oh, sure there are. Right? And fucking Brookings estimated they were 65%. That's bullshit. They know exactly how many are fucking white. Okay? There's 14 black billionaires. Right? They know exactly who's white. But you see that shit? I don't know if this is accurate, but look at this, okay? This was some numbers, right? That says white 710, Asian 30, foundational black American 8, Hispanic, right? We don't know if these are accurate, but again, they know, okay? They know, okay? Oh, look at this. It says here that fucking 76% of the millionaires are white. Okay? Dude. But you see what I'm saying? They have the power. Okay? They have the power. Now, again, simply like having more billionaires, it doesn't mean the greatest thing, but the fact that there's over 1,000 billionaires and less than 20 of them are black shows you that the most powerful people in America are the white people. Okay? Dude, there are some black billionaires, but there's like what? There's like Tyler Perry, right? I know he was on the list. There's probably some sports guys. Jay-Z, I think, let me see. All right, so we got Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, Tiger Woods, Oprah, Tyler, Rihanna, David Stewart, Alexander Karp, right? Robert Smith. Okay, it looks like there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Okay, so there's 24 here. All right. But dude, that's not a lot. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy though, too, is all of these guys, they have like the least amount of billionaires, or the least amount of billions. Okay. All of their wealth, if you look at all the billionaires, the black billionaires are like on the bottom of the billionaires. But if you look at all of the guys up at the top, they are all white. Okay. Right? They are all fucking white. And yeah, they're mostly men. Even though women are 50% of the population, we got 1, 2, 3 women. Okay? But what's crazy about this, guys, though, is how some of these guys, like the black billionaires, like, for example, you ready? So Michael Jordan is a black billionaire, but he was arguably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So same with Magic Johnson. So for a black guy to be a billionaire, you've got to literally be the greatest at what you do that there has ever been. And then maybe you're going to become a billionaire. Whereas if you're a white guy, you look at every NFL team, every Major League Baseball team, they're all fucking billionaires. They're all white guys, and many of them were not even that good at anything. Many of them are like Donald Trump, who simply inherited hundreds of millions of dollars from their family, right? Exactly. They're trust funders. But these guys literally had to be the greatest to ever do it. And this guy's listed twice, bro. Dude, they got Robert Smith up here listed twice. What the fuck are they doing, boss? You know what I mean? And this one just says black billionaire. So now we're down to 22, right? I'm just noticing this list. Isn't that wild? So again, I'm not here to beleaguer, the capitalist economy, but that was a point of showing the white guys have the power, okay? The white guys right now in America have enough wealth and power to end homelessness, to make sure the schools get funded, to get us all health care, to fucking eradicate poverty. They have the power to do it, okay? They have the power to do it in government. We could have health care right now, but those white guys in government are passing bills about transgender genitalia instead of like our health care, okay? They have the power. That's just it. Like Don Lemon, if anything, his thing is like, you guys have the power. You guys have the power to fucking fix this world. Why aren't you fixing it? Why are you shooting people? Why, right? You have the power. Why are you at the center of the loneliness epidemic when you have the power? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro? We have the power. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, this is one of the things, like, guys, I think this is a parenting thing, okay? Like, for example, can I just tell you, one of the things I tried to be conscientious of while raising a kid, and believe me, I didn't do this perfectly. I've had a lot of flaws as a dad. You could ask my son. He would tell you my list of flaws are many. But one of the things I tried to do was to realize that I have all the power, okay? In that relationship between me and my son, I have all the power. Even when I give him power, I have all the power. So I had to be cognizant always of how I used that power. Because if I did it irresponsibly, I could like crush him, break him, destroy him. But I wanted to empower him. I wanted to like not wield the power, but to share it and to use it to like feed his own sense of empowerment because I had all the power. And part of how I did that though is like with him saying, if he said to me, you're abusing your power or you're doing shit that you shouldn't be doing, I had to stop and listen and be like, oh, you're right. I am abusing my power. You know what I'm saying? You know? And like, that's what this Don Lemon thing feels like, is Don Lemon is saying to the white guys, like, hey, are you okay? Why aren't you using your power in a way that can be helpful for this world? And the white guys should be saying, wow, we actually aren't using it, right? Like Elon Musk, dude, $500 billion. What is he doing? He's trying to like boycott Netflix. He's trying to kill all the trans people. He bought a social media network and gave a rapist $280 million because he wants to like control how we fucking are politically. Like, why would he do that? Why would he commit so much violence? I mean, he goes to the UK. Dude, there's a mosque that literally just got shot up in the UK, right? Just got attacked in the UK. Why? Because Elon went there and is stirring the white power. That's what Don Lemon is talking about. Elon didn't pull out a gun and shoot the mosque himself, but he kind of did. He's over there like poking at everybody and trying to light the fire that leads to somebody pulling out a gun and shooting people. Same way that Donald Trump does here, okay? And these guys have the power and the money to actually fucking do something. You know what I mean?
So, no, I get why you want to do pushback when they blame you, but then we get into an endless cycle of culture wars and we never get out of it and we never focus on what the real problem is. And I agree with you, Anna, about his last comment. Yeah, Don, I love the last comment. We should all get together and realize the problem isn't created by someone on your left or someone on your right or someone who's white or someone who's black. It's created by the people up top.
Yeah, and what color are the people up top, guys? Can I hear it for the crowd? What color are the people up at top? Right? Oh yeah, they're white, Cenk Uygur. And they're men. You dumb fuck, bro. Like, dude, hello? Dude, they're literally like Cenk and Anna just aren't smart, man.
The donor class that have basically captured our government, and part of how they capture it is that they get us to fight one another endlessly, so we're distracted while they rob the place blind.
Yeah, like the perpetrator of what happened to that Mormon church had all these crazy paranoid thoughts, including believing that the Mormon church was the Antichrist. Like, the guy was disturbed. It wasn't some like, oh, he was brainwashed by like Fox News.
Believed the Mormons were the Antichrist. Like, yeah, I wonder if shit like this, right, that says, oh, the Democrats are the party of hate, evil, and Satan. I wonder if this kind of shit would affect a guy like the dude who fucking shot up that church. I mean, you dig? You know what I'm saying? Like, like Anna and Cenk are like willfully fucking ignorant here, right? But you notice, guys, they really make up a lot of excuses for the white guys, don't they? I have not recalled Anna and Cenk talking about that, the guy who killed the woman on the subway remember, in North Carolina? When that guy killed people, they weren't like, oh yeah, like, oh, this black guy, like, really, he's struggling with mental issues, right? No, they're like, oh, crime, Democrats, cashless bail. What are we doing? We need more police, right? But the white guys, they're like, oh, he had mental issues. It wasn't him being white. It wasn't him being a guy. It was that he had these deeper, harder to understand things going on, that like whenever a white man kills people, we attribute it to these deeper, more complicated things than simply his whiteness or his maleness, right? Because why do we do that? Oh, because he's a white guy. That's why we do that. You know?
And he wanted to carry out an act of violence against a Mormon church as a result of that. Like, I just think you have to take these incidents, these horrible, horrific incidents, case by case. And yeah, I actually do see a through line aside from, usually being young males. And that through line is undiagnosed, untreated mental health problems. Okay, so like, are we ever gonna get serious about that? Oh, we're not. Okay, well then, look, Don Lemon did have a solution. So I'm gonna skip ahead to the last video here because he thinks, look, there is a group of people in this country that can do something about the scourge of white men. So let's watch.
White ladies, come get your men. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe you can help us out here.
We love finding folks who are good fits for us, right?
I love good fits.
When you're
Dude, what the fuck, dude?
Sleepy, you definitely need a good friend. So I shows love to.
You're into that. .com. I guess go get your man. I don't know what to say in response to that. But I don't feel responsible for the behavior of anyone else except my own. But I think we should be looking up, not focusing on, commentary that only further divides Americans. Like,
see, here's what's interesting about this is you remember the fucking, what was the thing? It was like man something. I made a video about it. Hold on. Give me 1 sec here. I got to do a little research on my thing, on my channel, right? Where there was, I did a video on Anna, okay? That was about, because this is very interesting. Man keeping, yes. Oh my God. Natalie remembered it. There was the green-haired girl. Remember, there was the article about man keeping where some women said, you know what? I'm not responsible for managing your emotional condition. If I'm in a relationship with a man, like, it's not my job to tell you, hey, you need to go spend time with your friends, or hey, you need to go fucking to therapy, or hey, you need to process your emotions, right? And Anna was like, what's wrong with man keeping? It's like, we should be there for our men. That's part of a good relationship, is being responsible and being there for our people. Like, how dare you say women shouldn't manage their man's emotional condition? But now, when Don Lemon says, hey, white women, come get your man because your men are hurting, she's like, oh, I'm not taking care of my man, right? Isn't that funny? Like, dude, she's just has the opposite now. Now, all of a sudden, oh, no, I'm not man keeping. Before, she was like, what's wrong with man keeping? Right? She is just on both sides of this issue. It's pretty. Those ideas come with the curtain dress she was wearing at the time. Dude, oh shit. Although she is in a new environment, dude, she doesn't have the Sarah Huckabee Sanders wallpaper behind her. But I think that's very interesting that, yes, whatever suits. I mean, this is why, I don't know, it feels, this is part of the right-wing shift that has happened with TYT. Because that's a very right-wing thing, is to sort of flip-flop your belief system in order to, be on whatever side of the issue you want to be on. And that's a very right-wing thing, right? They say, oh, we are all about the First Amendment, right up until the point they're all trying to gang up on you and getting you fired for calling Charlie Kirk a bitch, right? They're like, oh, we love the fucking First Amendment until you say something we don't like, and now the First Amendment's out the window, right? You know what I mean? Oh, we love, the telling you what to do with your body until it's time for you to put a mask on, right? Because you're right. They don't stand for shit. They simply want to take power over you. That's it. They don't, the Republicans just want the power, okay? They don't really stand for anything, right? They just want the power to dictate, You know what I mean?
I think one of the biggest issues we have in the country, Cenk, is that at one point, I know, because I remember, I was very young, but I remember there was a time in America where even if there were these political squabbles, we at least had a shared identity as Americans.
Okay, first off, guys, we need 9 more in 8 minutes. So if we want that dance party, we got to hit it. Thank you, Deb. All right, now is the time. We got 8 minutes. If you're thinking about contributing to that dance party, you want to hit it, we got to do it now. I just wanted to give you the warning because I saw the timer coming up. But I know Anna, she's kind of going into something deep here that is we used to have this shared identity. However, I believe Trump fucking ruined that, guys. Okay? We used to have a shared identity, I guess, as Americans, but I don't know how accurate it was. I don't know how true it was, guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that Donald Trump has definitely made it so we're not going to have a shared identity anymore. But I will say, as somebody, I grew up in the 70s. Dude, Brittany, let's go. All right, guys, we need 8 more. Let's go. We got to hit it now. But so my thing was this, is I've seen the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, obviously the 2000s. I've been here. I'm going to be 56 years old in a couple weeks. I don't know that we always had a shared identity, guys. I really don't. I feel like there was an illusion of a shared identity before people other than the white people had power, okay? I think what was before, Pinky, let's go, dude, finding your 40, let's go, right? Like I think we thought we had a shared identity because the identity was always the identity of the culture of whiteness led by men, led by the Christians, and nobody disagreed with it. So it was an identity that rolled the country, and everybody else just kind of didn't say anything about it. It was an illusion, okay? It was an illusion. And you would see the spell broken every time, like, a black guy would, have a great accomplishment outside of basketball, right? If a black guy, was the best basketball player, they were allowed to do that. But a black guy becomes president and it's like, oh shit, all hell's gonna break loose, right? A gay person was allowed to be a singer-songwriter, right? But if the gay person was the boss, oh shit, now, or if the gay person has a kiss on a TV show, it's like, whoa, fuck, dude, Elton John was fine, but now I'm watching fucking Roseanne and there's a gay kiss. What are you doing? Right? So I don't know that there was that shared identity. Obviously, we are a country that had a civil war. And as long as I know, there's been a real significant split around race and gender in America. But it does feel like a lot of that was an illusion. Just simply no one was disagreeing with whatever was the dominant fucking thing. Okay? But now, guys, I think there's 2 things. All right? And we have 5 minutes. 6 more. 5 minutes, guys. So anyway, I think there's 2 things, guys. I think one thing is obviously Trumpism has created a lot of divisiveness. The racism and the misogyny and the transphobia and shit has ramped up. But I think the real culprit, guys, is Christianity. Because for whatever reason, Christianity has gotten to the point of where a lot of these Christians consider you to be a demon. You're literally Satan, right? Like Trump here posting this meme. They think we're Satan. They're never going to do bipartisanship with Satan, guys, okay? The evangelicals that think that we're Satan, they are never going to work with us. This makes it so the evangelicals cannot work with you. If they think you're the devil, there's no more bipartisanship. You know what I mean? There just isn't, okay? 4 minutes, guys. Let's go. Let's get this. We can do it. We can do it. Dude, that's what's crazy, right? We need 6 and 4. We're going to get it under the wire. But yeah, I don't see the out with that. I don't see how we get around that. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Hedge, let's go Antifa. I'm the assistant to the assistant regional manager at Antifa. Thank you for coming out. All right, 5 more, guys. Dude, I want to dance, baby. Let's bring it. Dude, I honestly, I don't see how we bridge that gap, guys. I don't know. That's for you, Hedge. Dude, I don't know how we bridge that gap. Dude, Shin Godzilla, let's go. All right, 4 more, guys. This is it. 4 away, 3 minutes. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how we bridge that gap. I feel like to a degree, it's an unbridgeable gap because I don't think they're ever going to, do bipartisanship with the devil, right? I mean, I don't see how they could. They'd have to abandon their whole fucking thing. Drew Ladd is in. Let's go. All right. Fucking A, baby. What does that mean? We need 3 more, dude. 3 more, 2 minutes. Down to the wire, dude. This is like the Mariners game, boss. I'm fucking nervous as shit. We came this far. We got to make it happen. But, yeah, dude, Donald Trump is a fucking clown, dude. Love, let's go. 2 more. Here we go. 2 minutes. Now we got this. See, now we got this. Now I'm feeling confident. I know somebody's going to wait until like the last 10 seconds, right? You do that on purpose, don't you? Oh, shit. Fucking A, bro. That shit is nerve-wracking. Your Baphomet dress? Dude, what do you wear to a Baphomet party? Right? I don't know what you even wear to go hang out with Baphomet. Dude, Steve, why is the M's mascot a moose? Dude, yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably because if you go to Washington, it's like it got those near Canadian forests, so there's some moose up there, right? And because an old guy, like an old fisherman, probably wouldn't be that exciting. We need 1 more, guys. 118. Oh, shit. Here we go. You know what I mean? It's better, right? An old guy is better than, what is a mariner? A fisherman? That wouldn't be a very good thing. All right. 59, 58. Here we go, baby. Oh, we're doing this. Dude, thank you. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you. 45, 44. We're counting it down. Oh, blanket brings it. There it is. There's the goal. Let's go. Dude, I love the fucking punching sound. All right, we got that dance party. Woo! Let's go. All right. Yeah, dude. I just honestly, I don't think bipartisanship, dude, Scorpion, let's go. I don't think bipartisanship is an option anymore, guys. And this, guys, this is the shit that is like I've been watching for the last 10 years where I think this goes beyond politics. I think, Drew, let's go, baby. Another one. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? This goes beyond politics to where we are in a situation where there's a group of evangelicals in America that will simply never work with Democrats or non-evangelicals again. And so they are in a permanent, like, I am going to take the power and I can only exist if I have the power. That's it. It's their permanent state of being, where if they don't have the power and if they're not making the rules, it is like the country is being ruled by Satan. Like Xanadu, one of your favorite flicks. Let's go. What's the answer? Yeah, see, I don't know what the answer is, KB. I mean, I think, I hate to agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I feel like a national divorce. I feel like 2 countries would make a lot of sense. I mean, think about it. Think about the thing is like, all of you red states, you get to have all the rules you want. You can have your fucking country run by the Bible. You can be a fully Christian, right? You know what I'm saying? We'll even give them the name. They can be America and we'll be like, right? We'll be the United States and they can be America, right? We'll give them the America, right? America, all right? You guys. And I mean, that's it though. That's the problem. Crygo has nailed it. Okay, because they don't want to lose the money, okay? Because all the blue states have the money. And the blue parts have the money. And so what they want to do is they want us to keep paying for their tab and they want to stick Bibles up our asses. Okay, but you take away California, New York, Washington, Oregon, right? I mean, dude, you know, Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin, you take away some of those states and bro, you know, there's not a lot left for them. I mean, they have Ohio, they have Florida, they have Texas. That's it. Every other state of theirs is like a fucking money eating machine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, they have nothing, bro. Oh shit, dude.
Get together and realize the problem isn't
Church. It wasn't some like, oh, he was brainwashed by like Fox News and he wanted to carry out an act of violence against a Mormon church as a result of that. Like,
dude, Texas, it takes more than they give, for sure, dude. They do. Texas takes more than they give.
I just think you have to take these incidents, these horrible, horrific incidents, case by case. And yeah, I actually do see a through line aside from, you know, usually being young males. And that through line is undiagnosed, untreated mental health.
So yeah, we already
problems.
saw this.
Okay,
I'm trying to get back to where we were.
So I don't get enough sleep during the morning. Good.
Exclusive. But I think we should be looking up further in America.
Oh, there it is.
Except my own.
Oh, here we go.
I don't feel responsible for the behavior of anyone else except my own.
No man keeping.
But I think we should be looking up, not focusing on, you know, commentary that only further divides Americans. Like, I think one of the biggest issues we have in the country, Cenk, is that at one point, I know, because I remember, I was very young, but I remember there was a time in America where even if there were these political squabbles, we at least had a shared identity as Americans.
Again, that was an illusion.
But we've lost that entirely. Now, everyone is specifically obsessed with their personal identity, whether it's race, gender, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but like, when do we stop and actually think we're Americans? We have that shared identity and we want to live in a country where we thrive, where this country thrives, where this country has a future. And you're just not going to have that unless we stop with this whole us versus them mentality.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
See, here's what's funny about this, and what I find really interesting is how a black man saying, right, a black man saying, hey, white men, why are you so broken? Why are you so violent? And they're like, you know, we're tired of this us versus them mentality. But what have Anna and Cenk been doing for the last year when they talk about MAGA? They don't call MAGA out for the us versus them. They're like, we got to meet them where they are, guys. We got to not, like, look at the 80-20 issues, guys. We got to not be so, like, firm on our, like, integrity. We got to go meet them. We got to listen to them. We got to find out what they want and need and hear them and go move toward them and be with them and break bread with them. But the minute a black guy says, hey, can we fix this shit? They're like, whoa, like, why you got to be so divisive, right? Black Don Lemon, black gay Don Lemon. Why you got to be so divisive, man, when you start talking about all these white murderers, right? Like, come on, man. The white guys are the ones that we don't say anything bad about them. We just go meet them where they are because they're struggling with their mental health and they're being oppressed by the elites. Oh, right? Dude, it's so funny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did they say black gay Don Lemon? No, they didn't, but that they did. They didn't say it, but they're saying it. You know, that's what they're saying because we've seen them defend MAGA and, oh, we got to go hear them out and meet them. And yeah, they may have these extreme beliefs, but we're going to like ignore their extreme beliefs and we're just going to unify with them. Okay. They said it without saying it. Exactly. But when it's, you know, black gay Don Lemon talking about white people, they're like, why you got to be so divisive, man? Right? Like, Jesus, you're so divisive, Don Lemon. You're so divisive, black gay Don Lemon. Dude, BL. Dude, oh my God. Don Lemon, if you put the M in there in the middle, it's BLM, right? Black Lemon, right? Dude, Black gay Don Lemon. Oh, shit. Dude, look at her face, though. She's like, Dude, she looks like Mitch McConnell here, dude. Look at her face. Doesn't she look like Mitch McConnell? Holy shit. I gotta snap a photo of that. That is Mitch McConnell, dude. That's some crazy shit. All right, by the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but we have a fucking, I did make the fucking Antifa frog emote. All right, there he is. We have Antifa frog, but yeah, dude, she's doing some Mitch McConnell right there. Oh, shit.
No, I hate it. I can't stand it. I mean, we didn't come to America to get unequal treatment, to get justice for some. And so, but that applies not just to my political opponents, but it also applies to us. Like, so we can't go around saying things. I mean, look, in that case, he says, white ladies, come and get your white men. Imagine if somebody said, black ladies, come get your black men. Black men are such a big problem, so black ladies have to solve it.
We'd be outraged.
Yeah, we'd be outraged. What are you doing? That's crazy, right? Why are you saying that? So now look, again, I think that what he's doing is strike back. He's saying since the right wingers have been saying this about black folks or left wingers, now I'm saying it about you, given the statistics about how more young.
Dude, they don't get it. They have said that to black women. Dude, they talk about black men all the time, bro. Like, my God, dude, white guys walk around talking about like fatherhood, the absence of fathers in black families. They talk about black on black crime. They talk about like the welfare queens. The president talked about black women in the 80s. Like Donald Trump talks about black people all the time. Yes, Charlie Kirk talked about prowling blacks. Like what are we even doing, bro? Dude, yeah, this shit is wild, boss.
Not young, but white males do mass shootings, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, but it's a majority white country, and we keep striking back at one another until we're all struck.
Oh yeah,
right? And the guys up top have won again.
Oh yeah. All the guys up top again, Cenk. All the guys up top are white, bro. That's what you're not grabbing. You keep saying we got to talk about the guys up top, but Cenk, the guys up top are the white men. You dumb fucking like hack, bro. Right? It's like that is the point. When you say it's the elites, you could substitute the phrase white men for the elites, and they're the same goddamn thing. The Venn diagram of the elites and the white men is a fucking circle with like one tiny dot in there, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's the point, Cenk Uygur. You dumb fuck, okay? I love you. Actually, I don't. I strongly dislike you, but I'm saying I love you to be charming. But I'm also, you're a dumb fuck, because if you Venn diagram the elites and the white men, it is one circle, boss, okay? You know?
Lastly, I mean, when we focus so much on race, it's both like tragic, but also a little bit hilarious.
Oh.
So my wife is originally from Taiwan. So is now the new rule, Chinese ladies, come get your Turkish men. What is this? Why is it
so dumb?
Dude, he, like, this guy can't do a fucking comparison, right? You remember the SAT, how they have like the word, like, you know, black is to color as fucking, you know, sound is to, right? Like, you know, waves, right? You know what I'm saying? With the little colons, remember? I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the metaphor things. Dude, he is so bad. He can't do it, dude. The analogies, thank you. Yes, this guy has the worst fucking analogies. right? Like, oh, you want to, white women come get your men. Oh, now Chinese women come get your Turkish guys. Because, yeah, the Chinese woman, Turkish guy is a real powerful dynamic in American history. That's a real part of the fabric of like the Civil War was fought over Chinese women and their Turkish men. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude. That's funny,
It's so
bro.
dumb, right?
And by the way, do you guys remember how offensive it was when Obama was speaking to young black men and like demanded that they vote for Kamala Harris? Kind of making a point about how like you black men need to vote for the black female candidate in this election.
And he was implying, Anna.
Dude, and they should have, though. I mean, come on, man. Dude, because the other one's a fascist, like Project 2025. Come on, Anna. You were denying Project 2025. Yeah, I know, it's campaigning. Dude, what the fuck? But you see, like, a black guy campaigns, right? And it's like killing, right? Later, boss. Dude, it's like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Sorry,
different rules for the white guys, okay? With these guys.
Implying that they wouldn't because they're sexist. And that's why it was extra insulting.
It was gross. It really was. Like the implication there was gross. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's funny because when they make implications about Zionists, Anna and Cenk are different, right? They can make implications about Zionists, right? They can make implications about homeless people or about criminals or about radical leftists, but don't make implications about the white man. Not around these two, boss. Oh, you're going to get a finger wag.
Cut it out. Just, you know why they should vote for Kamala Harris? Not because she's black, but because she has better policies and is actually going to do them.
Yeah, well, she did have better policies and she was going to cause less damage. But we know they didn't like the black woman candidate.
Oh, right. That would mean that a Democrat would get into office and actually do the things that they promised. Why don't you fix that? When you fix that, we'll be in much better shape, and we don't have to worry about if it's black men that aren't voting enough according.
Dude, this is really weird. Did you notice how this whole discussion about like white men and their accountability and their power and privilege and their violence, but somehow they got to like Democrats bad? Dude, it went from like the white men are committing violence all the way to like Democrats bad. That is funny, dude. Isn't that funny? Dude, yeah, Kim, you're not wrong. It is pretty gross that you have to tell people to go vote in their own interest. But dude, do we get a Biden? Dude, we only have 9 seconds left. Can we see if they throw a Biden in here?
To your opinion, for Democrats, etc. So I hope to live long enough to see an actual United States of America.
White men.
We didn't get a Biden. I thought we would get a Biden there. In the end, he was just going to spit out Biden. Dude, that's funny. Oh, shit. All right. Dude, AutoPen. Man, that's crazy. Dude, they still have the worst fucking takes, bro. Right? So what should we watch next? We got some shit in here in the React on stream. We got the leak text, right? We got the fucking, I'm intrigued by the leak text. We got the Mockler debate, right? We got the shooting with the ICE agent. Fuck, bro. I feel like I'm fully unprepared here. Dude. What should we watch next? I don't think we're gonna get it all. Dude, South Carolina. So South Carolina, somebody like burned a fucking, right? Somebody like blew up a judge's house. Boss. Right? The Mockler versus MAGA. We could probably get some of that shit. Right? Yeah, dude. Yes, that. When you say yes, that, what does that mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I just thought that was really... I thought that was just a really interesting segment on these guys, right? It was a really interesting segment where just, you know, if you call out the white man, you're being divisive, right? But like, I didn't really see them condemning Charlie Kirk, okay? You know? Yeah, no, right? I know, dude. Natalie, you're not wrong, right? They literally created a fucking anti-Kamala Harris, like a reel of the nastiest Kamala Harris shit, right? Dude, they were so anti-Kamala Harris. They were terrible. They hated him. But, right? You know what I mean? But what was I just talking about? I was saying how like their divisiveness, right? They you know, like Charlie Kirk was very, very divisive, and they didn't spend a lot of time pointing out how divisive Charlie Kirk was. I mean, Cenk went on the show with the divisive Charlie Kirk, and he pandered to them. He listened to them, and like when they fucking, you know, offered him no support for trans people, he was like, I'll take it, right? He was like bending over backwards to like, you know, give them grace, right? But if you want to hold white men accountable, just not ready for that shit. Dude, I'm myself, you know, Charlie, he will not be missed. Okay, let me just tell you, he will not be missed. Although he was I did like making videos calling that fucker out. I did enjoy like fighting him, right? But you know, he won't be missed. Dude, I feel like the planet can start healing. And it's good too, because realistically, guys, okay, realistically, he was going to run for president. Like, absolutely. He was setting himself up to be like the popular sort of like youth, like oriented, you know, reality TV star that was going to try to run for president and make the Republican Party in his own image. And I'm glad that that's never going to happen, right? Like, yeah, baby. Let's go. That is, the planet can heal. Dude, I know, the search for Charlie Kirk, I mean, this is crazy, okay? Because look at this. Dude, this is pretty wild. Like, I pulled up my own, okay? I pulled up my own the other day. Like, this is the history, okay? This is the fucking from, right? The past 90 days, okay? And look at this. If you look at the past 90 days, there was no searching for Charlie Kirk. Like a minimum of searching. And then there was a huge blow up right when he got shot. And there was a little bump here. And now October, we're already back to like flatline. Now, just so you know, this flatline doesn't mean that nobody's searching, because the way Google Trends works is it's relative, which means that like this is just a regular amount and this was just a massive amount. But what's crazy though about Charlie Kirk, guys, is how if you go to like TPUSA, it's like TPUSA, TP Action, Charlie Kirk's own Twitter. Like they are still running the dead guy's Twitter, guys. That is so ghoulish that they're literally running the dead guy's Twitter and just posting his clips all day long. And then they're all sitting next to his empty chair. Like, it's so weird because it's not sustainable. I mean, I don't know what they think they're going to do with that, but the honeymoon period, as you can see, is running out. And sure, they're fundraising and shit, but that's not going to be sustainable. You know, like if your whole movement is like this other guy, and I've already seen right-wingers, okay? Right-wingers have been complaining that the new TPUSA is like just a Trump, like, fucking support machine. And so I've seen people be like, why is Turning Point now this like pro-Trump organization? And that's really weird, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, dude, not having tanks in your neighborhood, dude, you shouldn't have tanks in your neighborhood. None of us should. Right? But dude, this, like, I hate to say this, but doesn't Charlie Kirk's lifeline here look like Donald Trump's stock? Right? Dude, he got pump and dumped, bro. Dude, look at it. This is the Charlie Kirk pump and dump. They literally just pump and dumped him. Right? Isn't that funny? Dude, Sarah, put the link in Discord so we can look at it. Dude, it's the Charlie Kirk pump and dump. Dude. Oh, shit. Yeah, unreleased content for years. Yeah, no, I know they're just gonna fucking milk that shit. But dude, he is the new grift now. All right. But yeah, I guess we can scroll through, and let's just scroll through and see what we have here, right? Dude. The Circle Kirk of dumped pumps. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, yeah, this shit was crazy. Like, Trump's speech today, dude. Like, all of this shit, boss, is just so gnarly. You know what I mean? Like, dude, Donald Trump. So, just so you know, I don't know if you guys have heard, okay, but so there was, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was back at work tonight, okay? The judge, Judge 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was back at work, okay? Because Trump got blocked again, okay? Judge 𝗏𝗏𝗏 blocked Trump from deploying the National Guard from any state or DC into Oregon. Because this fucker, bro, he just can't take no for an answer. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, they went before a judge issued a temporary restraining order and said, no, you may not federalize the National Guard in Oregon. There's no reason to send the National Guard. There's no military shit going on. There's no rioting. There's been some protests, but never more than 30 people, and it's been intermittent. There's been no fucking major incidents of law enforcement whatsoever. In fact, more law enforcement actions have been happening downtown than at any of the protests. So there's no fucking constitutional reason for you to be bringing the military to this city. End of story. And then what Trump did was like, oh, if you won't let me command the Oregon National Guard, I'm going to take the California and the Texas National Guard, and I'm going to now send National Guard from other states, military from other states in to take control of Portland. And the judge was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're literally just going around the order. Dude, this fucking guy, bro. And you know what really makes me mad, guys, is he's a draft dodger. Okay? This guy avoided serving. See you later, felony strutter. This guy fucking, right? This guy literally like made up a lie to get out of military service. Okay? He cheated the system to avoid the military, he's talked shit about people like John McCain and prisoners of war and all kinds of soldiers. He's cut their programs. He has fucking abandoned them and shit on them regularly, routinely. He did a photo op on their fucking graves at Arlington, which is so out of pocket. They like pushed the fucking cemetery workers out of the way and shit. Like just a fucking douchebag. And yet he is still will not take no for an answer, man. Like, bro, like, you know, like, no. Right? When she says no, Donald, that means no. No means no. You fucking Epstein motherfucker. You know? Jesus. No National Guard in Oregon. All right? Good. Well, let's go, bro. No, dude, what did Stephen Miller say, though? We know fucking 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗀 had to have a meltdown. All right, let's see what he got. I want to watch a little bit of the Mockler shit. I want to see some MAGAs get shit on before I go. All right, but what does he say? Here we go. There's no legal distinction between a state volunteering guardsman to guard the border, volunteering guardsman to guard a federal immigration facility. Either we have a federal government, a supremacy clause, and a nation, or we don't. All right, Stephen Miller, then we don't. How about that? Dude, what a clown, bro. Dude. Yeah, it's a Trump judge, dude. This is so funny. Dude. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗀. Dude, let's go. Dude, everybody like cry. Dude, oh shit.
To the issue of the Iraqi civilians. I think that as many of them should survive as possible, because the goal of any military conflict is to kill as few people as possible. But as for Saddam Hussein and his henchmen, I think the ideal solution would be to cut off their fingers.
Dude, what a fucking weirdo, bro. Dude, oh, nice. About the Nordic model? Yeah, we will fucking check that out. Dude, look at him when he had hair, bro. He had hair, dude. Look at him. Oh my God, I've never seen him smile, dude. I know he's drunk on a fucking bus. Dude, right? Isn't that fucking weird? He's smiling while talking about cutting off people's fingers. I mean, but what a fucking weirdo, bro. Like this guy is like, you know, just having sex with fucking automotive parts. That's what he does, dude. Right? This guy has sex with fucking used automotive parts, boss. Jesus. What a fucking weirdo, bro. All right, what does it say here? All right, look at his rants, dude. Dude, this guy, he literally sits around just fuming over like judicial rulings, right? What does he say here, dude? I have to admit, guys, I kind of like his meltdowns because I picture him just fucking like raging. ICE facilities are federal property, conducting a federal mission of immigration enforcement that protects the lives and livelihoods of 300 million American citizens. The president has undisputed authority under both statute and constitution to deploy troops stationed in any state to defend a federal facility from domestic terrorism or violent assault. But that's just it, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗀, is there hasn't been a violent assault or domestic terrorism with the 30 people protesting ICE in Portland. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, if you spill a little bit of Coca-Cola on the carpeting, that doesn't mean your house has been razed and you are now like, your house is under attack simply because you spilled a little bit of Coca-Cola on your carpeting. Okay, your car has not been totaled when you bump into the bumper of the vehicle in front of you. All right? There's a distinction there. But homie bumps the bumper in front of him and he's like, dude, you totaled my car. So now I get to like take control over you. It's like, homie, first off, it's a bump. And secondly, you drove into it. You created the bump, right? You sending Nick Sortor there to fucking stick a flag up his ass and cry when he fucking falls over in a fucking planter is not, domestic terrorism, right? Jesus, dude. The Portland police, just as he has the authority to dispatch any federal protective asset from and to any state, the Portland police have refused to render aid and assistance to ICE officers. Now, to that, guys, I do have something to say about that. Hold on, I just got a gnarly sliver. All right. Holy shit, that was crazy. I got a crazy sliver. But dude, to the Portland police, I never thought I would be clapping for the Portland police because, guys, they're kind of dicks. Hold on. Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry. I had a fucking sliver. No, we're good. Dude, you're going to have some foot content. All right. So what I was going to say is like the Portland police they're not great, guys. They have a lot of issues, but kudos to the Portland police for not assisting ICE. Okay? Because fuck ICE, bro. Dude, ICE needs to be dismantled. Let's be honest. ICE is going to be no more. Okay? The intention and purpose of the attacks on ICE is to prevent ICE from performing its duties and to force as many ICE officers as possible out of the field and into a defensive posture. Yes, that is true. And they're doing a very good job of it. It is a violent armed resistance designed to incapacitate the essential operations by force. And no, it's not. Nobody's armed. Nobody's doing violence. They're literally like, see, dude, this guy, a district court judge has no conceivable authority whatsoever to restrict the president from dispatching members of the U.S. military. There are laws about when and where he can fucking dispatch the military. He forgets that because they don't think the laws apply to them, remember? I know, dude, the protester was shot in Chicago. That's bullshit, dude. Today's judicial ruling is one of the most egregious and thunderous violations of constitutional order we have ever seen and is yet the latest example of unceasing efforts to nullify the 2024 election by fiat. Remember, all of this is about preventing the removal of illegal, undocumented people from the United States at any cost. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, oh, this is great. What kind of a shithole president appointed a judge like that? Oh, yeah, dude, that's great. Dude, Damian Toll always comes up with these great fucking retorts. That's a good one, dude. Right? Because the judge was appointed by Trump. That's the best part of this, dude. The judge that fucking Stephen Miller is railing at in this 18-paragraph fucking, closeted diatribe is a judge that was appointed by Donald fucking Trump, dude. His own judge has said, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Dude, it's so funny. Like, what a fucking, dude, thunderous, yes, egregious and thunderous violations. Oh, man, dude. So funny. All right. So, dude, I want to watch something on the shooting of the woman in Chicago, and then we'll watch a little bit of Mockler. All right. But so I know there was a shooting in Chicago. Dude. So they're alleging that, see, here's the thing that's hard about this, guys. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. One of the things that is, to me, the biggest issue we have right now, okay? Can I just tell you guys, for me personally, the biggest issue we have right now in all of this, like, ICE, DHS, local law enforcement protest scenario, is that, like, we've lost the trust of the government institution. Okay? We have. It's gone. Why? Because a guy throws a sandwich and he gets charged with, like, deadly assault, and they try to give him 30 years. Where if there was no footage showing that it was just a sandwich, maybe that guy ends up in prison for 30 fucking years. Okay? If you are in front of an ICE agent, you get arrested for assault. We've seen them push women to the ground. We've seen them engage in abusive behavior, break windows, pull guns, right? Like this fucking guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, let me just show you. I know you know the photo that I'm about to share with you, but it's fucking, where is it? It's this one. This guy, this is an immigration stop. There's no reason an officer of the law should be coming up to the window of a car and pointing the gun at the people in that car unless he's gotten shot at or something. These people, they did nothing. They were literally just sitting in the car, and this behavior, what the fuck? They smashed the window out and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? This is fucking outrageous, bro. Right? This is fucking outrageous. Right? So what it is, guys, is we no longer have the trust of the government agencies. Okay? We exist where the government agency, anything they tell us, we can't believe it's truth until they've actually, like, in a quantitative way, directly proven what they claim. Like now, anytime DHS or ICE or CBP says something, we actually have to believe it's not true until they have 100% verified it. And that's because of their behavior. Okay? They've been lying about the assaults and right? They've been lying and saying, you know, they tell us that they're getting rid of all these dangerous criminals, and then 80% of these, like, undocumented people have zero criminal record, and they're literally combing the Home Depot parking lots. Okay? They said it was about 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗏, but, like, they're grabbing your fucking gardener. So there's no sense of truth anymore with them, which now makes it very, very hard, because something like this shooting happens. And I'm sure that DHS and I'm sure that ICE has put out a statement, but we also know that it's probably not a statement we can believe in. You know? You know what I'm saying? It's probably a fucking lie, boss. It is.
I'm 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗍 in New York. Breaking news right now. Tensions over President Trump's immigration crackdown boiling over in Chicago. We're just getting word that federal agents shot a woman on the city's southwest side after they say she was part of a convoy of cars that rammed their vehicle and then tried to run them over. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem posting on social media that she's now deploying more special operations to control the scene. That as the Trump administration also gets set to send the National Guard to Illinois, according to the state's governor, 𝗍𝗢𝗡𝗎. The Department of War gave him an ultimatum to either call up the troops or have it done for him.
Dude, the Department of War? Like, why are they saying the Department of War? Like, why is the news station buying into this shit, right? He literally said the Department of War. See, I have a problem with this. The news media needs to get their fucking heads out of their ass. Donald Trump is like threatening the killing of fucking Democrats and shit. They're lying. They're trying to like give 20 years to sandwich throwers. They're using this Department of War bullshit, right? Donald Trump is trying to send National Guard after the court has said no. The media needs to start saying, goddamn, Donald Trump is way the fuck out of line. This guy needs to be impeached. This guy needs to be in jail. This guy needs to get the boot. Okay? And yeah, they're bending the knee. They're selling us out this fucking bullshit, bro.
ABC's 𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗍 is following it all. Alex, let's start with the shooting. What more can you tell us about what unfolded?
Yeah, Ike, so this is something that happened this morning for folks familiar with the Chicago area. This happened in the Brighton Park neighborhood. According to authorities, they say that Border Patrol was conducting a routine kind of route in that area when they say that they were boxed in by approximately 6 cars. They said the vehicles rammed in and boxed in these troops. And they said that once one of these vehicles attempted to run this Border Patrol agents over, that is when they opened fire. They said the person that they shot was a woman. She was someone that was known to CBP. She had been in a bulletin, and they were aware of postings that she had made online, urging folks in that neighborhood to attack agents. Obviously, you know, tensions in Chicago have been high for weeks now, as ICE has conducted operations in the city, but this.
Yeah, but also it's not even just about ICE operating in the city. I mean, that's part of it. But dude, you remember the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like even there, ICE operating in the city, dude, right? But remember fucking. Dude, this, remember this shit? Gee, why do you think there's fucking tension in Chicago? Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, right? That Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Basically saying, you know, fucking, we're going to war with Chicago. We're sending in the fucking military. Using an Apocalypse Now reference, napalm. Like, what a fucking bitch, bro. Yeah, no wonder there's tension in Chicago. It's not because of ICE's deportation. It's because the president's creating this shit. Okay, yeah, the Department of War against Americans, against Democrats, against black people, against the LGBTQ, against transgender people specifically, right? And it's all carried out by fucking 𝗍𝗢𝗍𝗍𝗏, which is crazy. I mean, dude, I have my thing with 𝗍𝗢𝗍𝗏. I always post this, dude. That's my 𝗍𝗢𝗍𝗏, dude. It's a door with no hinges. And it's 𝗍𝗢𝗍𝗏, the Secretary of Rape, dude. Dude, that's him. Literally. That is 𝗍𝗢𝗍𝗏, dude. Dude, what the fuck, bro? But there's Kash Patel. He's letting us know that the Epstein files are in here somewhere. Just let me take another look, dude. I'm going to find them soon, I swear. Now you know why they can't find the Epstein files, guys. Cash has been looking real hard, but he you know, the harder he looks, the further away he ends up. Dude, oh shit. Oh fuck, bro.
This has certainly been a flashpoint this morning.
Now, Alex, I want to talk about this ultimatum. What do we know about this ultimatum the Illinois governor says he was given over the National Guard?
Yeah, well, so we know that troops are going to be using Chicago's naval station in Great Lakes. About 300 federal agents are using North Chicago's naval station as a logistical hub for.
Dude, one of my half brothers was stationed there in Waukegan, Illinois, at the fucking Naval Air Station on Lake
these
Michigan.
ramped up operations. President Trump says a surge in immigration enforcement activity in Chicago is all about getting out dangerous criminals in the street. But obviously, that has been something that's been met with a lot of resistance by protesters there in the city. You've seen it kind of spill over this morning in that incident of violence. But it appears as of right now, as you're looking at these images of tear gas that are canisters being shot in the city there as protesters are being urged to disperse and ordered to disperse. This has really kind of been a flashpoint today.
Exactly. And again, you're seeing right now new live images we're getting from Chicago. Like you said, tear gas is what seems to be erupting out there in the streets. It's a very, very contentious situation. You're seeing several federal agents right there.
Dude, look at these guys, though. What the fuck are these guys doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you want to find undocumented immigrants? Go stand by the border, you dumb fucks, and wait for some of them to come running across and then grab them and fucking deport them, okay? Yeah, we're cool with that. Go down to fucking Nogales and fucking patrol the border. And when you see people run across it, you're allowed to deport them. But walking around in the middle of the goddamn city, the middle of fucking Chicago, in the middle of my city in Portland, and fucking around with tear gas and rubber bullets and shit when we told you we don't want you, the judge told you to get out. There's no reason for you to be sending in these militarized fucking gravy seals. And you're still doing it. Right? No means no, motherfuckers. Come on, man. Jesus.
Dressed in full fatigue, going throughout these neighborhoods in Chicago. You can see them right now holding some kind of munitions, pointing them at these protesters here. Alex, if you can just briefly talk to me about just the kind of relationship we're seeing here between these federal agents and these community members. It's quite...
Dude, there's not a relationship. It's called these federal agents are a bunch of fucking power mongering dickbags, right? That are terrorizing American citizens for no goddamn reason, right? They don't even belong there. They don't need to be there, right? The only conflict is the existence of these piece of shit motherfuckers. If these piece of shit motherfuckers go away, the conflict goes away. It's real simple, right?
Different than a relationship you would see with just normal police officers and the community there, is it not?
Well, it is, but I mean, let's look at, some of the cities where we've seen these ICE operations carried out thus far, right? I mean, remember LA and certainly there have been instances here in DC and other places, but Chicago is largely, or it could be quite possibly the largest and most densest area that we've seen these operations take place thus far. It's also an incredibly diverse city. And so when you look at the positioning of the mayor there, also the positioning of the governor, they've been resistant to any sort of action by the...
See, dude, here's one thing I want to point out though, guys, is look at how diverse this crowd is. I mean, if you look at these ICE agents, they're like mostly all white. Most of these ICE agents, there's a few exceptions, but 95% of these guys are white. Okay, but look at this crowd, dude. You got white people, Hispanic people, you got black men, you got black women, right? You like
positioning of the mayor there.
There's like a real diverse crowd of people, okay, that are all banding together to resist these white supremacist motherfuckers.
Also, the positioning of the governor, they've been resistant to any sort of.
I see black women, dude. Like, I see
action
everybody,
by the National
man.
Guard and certainly by ICE agents there. But we've also seen citizens take to the street and protest, as we've seen some of these raids carried out on the southern and western portions of the city in recent weeks. And today, obviously, that flashpoint where, again, you have this individual, this woman, who was a part of a intelligence bulletin. She was someone that was known to authorities as a potential dude.
I love this. I fucking love this, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's stressful, guys. I know that it's stressful, and I know that like there's a rough energy, but like people are really fucking fighting back, guys. I don't know if you realize this, but people are fighting back. And they're right. I mean, I've been seeing ICE get fucking chased out of neighborhoods and shit. Okay? Where people are fucking banding together, all different kinds of people, all different kinds of ages, young people, old people, gay people, straight people, black people, white people, every different fucking color and nationality under the sun, and they're fucking showing up. Okay? They're showing up. And I feel like there's hope in that, guys. Okay? There's hope in that because I know right now it feels uncomfortable, and you got these 𝗙𝗎 fascists in the White House. You got these dickbags that have all the power, but like they're not going to have all the power forever, guys. And I feel like nothing's going to unify America more than these fucking D-bags. You know what I'm saying? Like slowly but surely, like this is the kind of shit that I remember seeing in the 70s, guys. You know, I do. I remember fucking seeing it in the 70s. I remember reading about it, reading about Berkeley and reading about the people who stood in front of the fire hoses and shit and who went up against the National Guard at Kent State. And yeah, some people got shot and some tragic shit happened, but they fucking showed up. And I feel like a lot of fucking people are showing up. And I know we don't really know what step to take next. There's not like a crystal clear, like, what do we do next? And you know, I mean, more shall be really revealed. I feel like over time we'll figure it out. But the fact of the matter is at least I see a lot of people that are not obeying in advance. And I think that that's a good sign. I mean, we need to keep it up because somebody said in chat, we're only 10 months in. So we have a lot of fighting left to do. And it will get significantly better if we can take the House back, okay, in next year. We got to take the House back. Like, that needs to be, I cannot impress upon you enough, guys. If you, like, get involved in whatever way you can, whether it's becoming a content creator or volunteering at your local Dem office or whatever you can do. But I think we're going to need like all hands on deck, not just people like feeling like maybe we're not going to win and being worried about oppression and Trump stealing the election, but us actually fucking showing up and putting in time and effort into getting the win. Like, we have to be part of the process. Like, they're going to like eject people from voter rolls. We know they are going to use every tool in the book. I mean, with that like Texas gerrymander and shit, and all that shit's going to get called out in court and shit. But we need to like check our own voter registration. We need to organize in our own communities, like your friend groups, guys. If you have a group of 5 or 7 friends that you hang out with, make sure you guys are checking your voter registrations. Make sure each of you in your friend group are going to your friend and family group and making sure you all check your voter registrations, and make sure that like we do the work of not letting them just pull the rug out from under us. Okay? Because They're going to try everything. But if we just locally, with ourselves and the people close to us, if we all do that, if we all manage our own backyards, they're not going to be able to rat fuck us, okay? They're only going to be able to rat fuck us if we're not tending to our own gardens, okay? But each one of us individually needs to, like AOC said, it's about community, okay? It's about community. And so each of us needs to have our own little local community that we are involved with, you know, friends and family, and like checking up and making sure everybody's registered, right? And I mean, then if you can expand beyond that and like help register voters in your state, help register voters in your city, help your local Democratic or DSA office, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to think locally, guys. And this is what inspires me, because these people are operating locally, okay? And yes, film everything, man. And yeah, let's look at this fucking clip real quick here about CBS News, the fake 911 calls. Yeah, dude, because they're pulling shit, guys. They are pulling shit. But I am telling you right now, having grown up under a fucking authoritarian father who was manipulative and abusive, and he rat fucked everything he could, what I discovered is the way through authoritarianism, guys, starts in your own yard, okay? It starts in your own yard. You make sure your yard is fucking safeguarded, and then you branch out from there to the people that connect to your yard, and they branch out to the people that connect to their yards. And that's how you like web out your community, and then they can't fuck with you, man. They can't fuck with you. They only can fuck with you if you stop tending to your immediate fucking shit. Okay? That's why they try to overwhelm you with shit, and they try to like nullify you. Because when you get frozen and when you give up hope and when you feel exhausted and beaten and like there's no hope, what do? You don't tend to your own yard, guys. Okay? You let your own yard go. And I'm telling you right now, if each of us tends to our own fucking garden, and then we make sure everyone in our garden is tending to their own gardens, we're going to fucking get out of this. Okay? We will. We will fuck these guys up. Okay? We will. They're not nearly as fucking powerful. That's why they spend so much time talking how big their movement is, right? They have to call a 1.4% victory a mandate, not because they really believe it's a mandate. It's because they're fucking weak, guys. Okay? They had a fractured Democratic Party with Joe Biden being brain dead, Kamala Harris not even winning a primary, 100 days to go, and they barely fucking won. And the most divided I've ever seen the Democratic Party. They barely fucking won. That's why they're calling it a mandate, because they're scared, because they're weak, because they're vulnerable. And so we band together, take care of our own shit, and we become a community battering ram that fucks these guys up, okay? And it is not only is it possible, but we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it. All right, let me get these clips. We're going to watch a couple clips here. Natalie's pulling the clips. All right, we're going to watch this one where they're lying to us. And then we're going to watch this one about, I wonder if this is the one I saw with the guy on the street, right? Is this one? Is this the one? Oh, yeah, dude. This is a good one, dude. This one is great. Oh, I love this clip. Thank you, Natalie. Because I saw this clip earlier today. These guys come in and fucking rescue this dude. All right, let's go. Telling you guys, we got this, okay? All right, we're going to watch these clips, and then I'm dance partying and going to go eat some food and make some videos. But think local, guys, okay? And I want to say one more thing, guys, okay? And hear me on this, because I know it's overwhelming. Dude, Sarah, post a video on Discord. TPUSA funded January 6th. 2 𝗵𝗡 were fake electors. Oh my God. No way, dude. Sarah, that is amazing. We will focus on that video tomorrow. Thank you so much for the dono. All right, Sarah says, I posted a video in Discord, TPUSA funded January 6th, and it gets crazier. 2 TPUSA people were fake electors in Arizona. Knowing this, there are many who had motive to get rid of Charlie Kirk. A few days ago, 18 indicted fake electors in Arizona were released from sentence. Yes, Sarah. Dude, thank you so much. And we are going to look at that. Okay, I will look at that video tonight and we will fucking watch that tomorrow because, dude, I want to dismantle TPUSA. Okay, I want to dismantle it. And dude, Chris, Cult of Personality, dude, what's up, boss? Thank you for the cyberpunk. Let's go. Now, I want to say something, guys. Okay, I want to pause here before we watch these clips because you heard my spiel about us showing up locally and tending to our own garden. And now I want to go a little further, okay? Because I know it feels like, oh, maybe we can't do it. They're going to try to steal the election. But what I am letting you know is like, we need to do it, okay? We need to do it. Your neighbors, okay? If you have like LGBTQ neighbors, if you have black neighbors, if you have Hispanic neighbors, right? If you know people who know undocumented people, if you go to a cafe that has fucking Hispanic workers there, they need us, okay? They need us. There are people like, we may be scared. I may be scared. I may be overwhelmed. I'm wondering when the FBI is going to show up at my door, right? And be like, yo, what the fuck, right? Because it's coming. It's like, is it going to be this year, next year, 2 years? But like, they need us. We need us. You know what I'm saying? Your neighbors are all MAGA. See, that sucks, Karen. But now, like, if your neighbors are all MAGA, there's a bunch of other people like you that need you to be strong for them. So all of you that are surrounded by MAGA neighbors don't get eaten up by these fuckers, right? And like, I think sometimes that's really helpful. Like for me is to know that like I need to keep showing up because there's people that have less power and privilege than me that need me to show up. Okay? Like they need me to continue to find a way of having hope because they feel like they don't have any hope. Okay? And if you can get in touch with that aspect of service for some of your fellow fucking people that are struggling, like I think it can be helpful. Like sometimes for me, knowing that I'm showing up because there are some other people out there that can't show up with as much power as me, it fucking gives me a sense of purpose, you know, to remember that I'm not just doing this for me, but there's a lot of people out there, you know, that like there right now, there's millions of immigrants that have immigration appointments at the courthouse and they're afraid to go, man. They don't know if they're going to go to their fucking legal appointment and if they're just going to end up in fucking Uganda or some shit, you know? You know what I mean? So like you're needed, okay? We all need, this is like, we're all part of this. All right, let's look at this clip. This is despicable, dude. ICE has been making phony phone calls, okay, to 911, to 911, sorry. Dude, my brain is fried. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. All right, pardon me. ICE has been making phony calls to 911 and filing false police reports in Chicago in a deliberate scheme to antagonize local law enforcement. Any one of us would get arrested for this, okay? So again, what they're trying to do is they're mad that local law enforcement is not helping them, so they're trying to rat fuck local law enforcement, man. Not cool.
You are watching as Broadview police respond to a 911 call, claiming someone was tampering with a gate at the ICE detention facility there. Body camera footage obtained by the CBS News Chicago investigators shows several Broadview police officers respond to an alleged Homeland Security threat. The gate in question is where ICE takes detained immigrants for processing.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Dude, there's nobody there, bro.
Good. We got a call of subjects trying to climb over the fence or something.
No, not since we've been here.
But when police arrive, all they find is 2 people and a camera. Our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building with a CBS security guard by his side.
And a camera, so we obviously have proof.
Okay, you guys didn't tamper with any of those.
No, man. The 911 call claiming someone was tampering with the gate came from an ICE agent. According to this incident report, an ICE agent called police for help.
But he can't go and try to force his way in that door.
Okay, so the guy in the
He just says
No,
that
the
he
guy
was
in
just
the
recording.
camera.
Do you believe that that was a false call?
I do.
Again, it was just our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building.
In your mind, bogus.
Yes. It's disturbing. It's ridiculous.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says this is just one of several questionable 911 calls his police department has received from ICE at this facility recently.
See, you know, this goes back to what I was just talking about how our government, we've lost their trust. They've lost our trust. Okay? They lie and fake and manipulate and gaslight and, you know, lie about the assaults and the sandwich and fucking their threats they leverage. And so they're never telling the truth anymore, right? And so we simply fucking can't ever believe them. It's like, yeah, you're right. We don't have a government. We have a fucking, like a minority group of thugs that are trying to strong arm all of us, right? Dude.
This same detention center has become the site of at least 3 other incidents involving federal agents who are accused of hitting people with cars, shooting projectiles, and using chemical agents on journalists, including a CBS reporter last Sunday.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Right? Dude, Jesus. All right, this clip. We're dance party after this, but this clip is good. Remember, guys, it's power of the people. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good fucking clip right here, all right? You ready? Here we go. Jesus, sorry, I blew out your ears. My bad. Now, again, before we get into this, like, we don't know what the background is of this, except they're simply grabbing a fucking Mexican dude or a Hispanic dude, okay? These guys are ICE agents. There's no warrant. They're not exercising a specific call. Like, anybody who's Hispanic and walking down the street where these fucking guys are, they could just come up and grab you. And they've been grabbing people like, dude, you've heard the stories. There's a guy who has a real ID. He literally had the fucking passport level ID, the brand new real IDs. He gave him a real ID. He's a goddamn American citizen with a real ID, and they fucking took him anyway, boss. They don't care. They're grabbing and detaining and then figuring out later, okay? Because they're monetizing you when they grab you. The minute you go into detention, right? The minute you go into detention, it's fucking money, okay? This is a business. Every Hispanic person they put into detention is a cash register for the state they put them in, okay? They're storing them in Florida, in Louisiana, right? But all of those detention facilities, guys, are just a way for the state to extract your tax dollars. Okay, if they can send 2,000 people to Florida, Florida bilks the federal government and just pulls money out of the government for every person that's there for as long as they're there. Okay, it is just a cash grab designed to provide money to red states. That's all this is, guys. It is just a fucking, it's just a Ponzi scheme, dude. This guy's like afraid he's going to disappear if they get him, right? And again, he's not fighting them or punching them or attacking them. He just doesn't want to be forced into their car. The cars are all honking. Let's go. Oh yeah, the people are showing up. This guy's like getting kidnapped. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
No.
Dude, this guy, if they get him, he's gonna end up in Louisiana or disappear, dude. He could end up in fucking El Salvador, man. No training. Now he's trying to do a chokehold. Dude, they have zero training, bro. Dude, they're throwing their shit.
Let him go.
Dude, look at these guys, bro.
Let him go. Let him go.
Dude, they're they lost their zip tie. Fucking Keystone Cops, bro. Dude, they're all stepping in. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, they are wieners, bro.
Let him go.
Dude, fuck those guys. See, now I'd like to point something out though, okay? Because let's break this down. Now, one, none of those ICE agents, okay, those, we'll call them ICE agents for lack of a better term, but neither one of those ICE agents, yeah, he got away. Neither of those guys was assaulted. They never threw a punch at those guys. They never restrained the agents. They never, like, restricted the agents from being able to move. They didn't get jumped on. There was no attacking of the agents whatsoever. They did, you know, take the zip tie and, like, kick it away. And they got in their face and they did grab some arms to, like, prevent them from hog tying that guy. But they did not attack the agents at all. Okay, those guys had no warrant. They obviously were piss poor trained. They were wrestling this guy in the middle of the road. Like, really? Your car is in the middle of the road? They literally, like, stopped. I don't know how they got that guy in the beginning, but their car was in the middle of the goddamn street. So they're driving along and they see somebody and just decide to jump out and corral him. And like, that's fucked up. That's way out of line. And fuck those guys. And kudos to the citizens who did this shit, because that is untrained fucking yokel fucking Keystone Cop motherfuckers, like leaving their car running in the middle of the road to just jump out and grab some guy. Why? Because he looks Mexican? That's fucking bullshit, bro. That's not America. America's not a country where you're walking down the street and some car full of mass dicks just pulls over in the middle of the road and jumps out and fucking kidnaps you. I don't care, immigration or no immigration. We don't operate like that, where a bunch of mass goons can just kidnap you and whisk you off to fucking Louisiana or Florida or El Salvador, put you in a goddamn prison for life for nothing, okay? Fuck those guys. ICE needs to get disbanded. It will get disbanded. And these guys, there needs to be accountability for these motherfuckers. Like, masks off. Like, make them famous, as they say. Because, dude, this shit is bullshit, man. That shit makes my blood boil. And now Kristi Noem will spin this as though, oh, a group of citizens attacked our agents. And it's like, no, those guys aren't even agents. Those guys were untalented, untrained, fucking biggest DEI hire hack motherfuckers I've ever seen, bro. Trying to execute a bullshit plan in the middle of the fucking street. And fuck the Supreme Court with that racial profiling. Fuck those guys, dude. We're gonna fucking idiot profile the Supreme Court, bro. All right, rant over. I feel better. I don't know if you feel better, but I feel better. We're gonna win this shit. Okay, fuck Timu Goebbels. But now we dance, baby. All right, let's get the dance party ready. All right, here we go. Dude, and to Sarah with the big dono, I hope you're going to be here tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to cover that TPUSA J6 connection, dude. Dude, TPUSA has got to go, boss. Okay? Like, I have come to the fucking conclusion that TPUSA, it's time for that fucking organization to be gone, dude. That needs to go right with ICE, dude. Same fucking shovels that we bury ICE with, we're going to bury TPUSA as well. Because that is some bullshit, dude. It is a bullshit org. All right, but now we're going to get a little deja vu. We're going to go out, a little deja vu. Oh, yeah, dude. Hold on, I want to see the video that she put in there. Is it in the Reacts channel or is it in the main one? Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, Ruby Pearl, let's go. All right, I'm going to mark that shit. Let's go. Dude, I love me some Echo. Dude, yeah, no. I want to see that one. I want to see the one. I see there's something in the message from Ruby Pearl about the good one with the ex-employee saying TPUSA is a money laundering scheme. I definitely want that video. Guys, find me that video, okay, about the fucking TPUSA money laundering scheme. And the dolphin is funny, dude. Did you guys see the dolphin? I know you had to have seen that clip where they're talking about abortion and the guy like shows Charlie a picture and is like, oh, dude, Jay Melius, let's go, baby. Dude, let's go. And Charlie is like Oh, yeah, the fetus or whatever, and the guy's like, that's actually a dolphin. Like, they don't even know, right? You know what I'm saying? They're so fucking dumb, bro. Because they're not genuine. All right? They're just, fuck them, bro. Fuck them. We're going to bury those motherfuckers, dude. Dude, fuck them, boss. They're all going down, bro. They are all going down. Dude, more aquatic ownage. Yes. All right, but now, guys, we dance because you got to take care of the soul, baby. It's time for a little deja vu. Let's go. Oh. Let's go. Oh, shit, boss. Oh, dude, it feels good to just dance, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta like throw down, bro. Oh, right? Gotta throw the fuck down, boss. Right now, though, I'm gonna go make some videos. All right, you guys have fucking been incredible, as always. And I'll fucking see you tomorrow, guys. It's time to get radiant, baby. Good night.
Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. You're radiant. Hey, I just want to change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Freedom. You know I'm through with you. Your hoops are my obsessions, always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention.